Alright. Hello, David. Nice to see you. Always the first to show up. We are just about getting ready. Oh shit, they're starting. No way. Oh shit, they've started. Well, let's get right into it then. Since they have already started. I'll remove everything. Alright. Let's go then, straight into it. Today, if we have internet problems, it's Nani's fault, it's not mine. Today, I have good internet, I swear. So, alright, here we are. Notifications on. I see. You're a good lad. You're a good lad. So, it is going to be, for the first match, Chef Stress 3 from Nani's side against Name and Available Septic Tank. So, this is a very interesting matchup because he will have that panic darts, he will have that repulse to deal with the double AoE, and it really depends on the trinket setup to see if Name and Available is going to be able to do this, because we haven't really seen Stress versus Septic Tank too much. It feels like it doesn't get played enough. He actually has the Tears of the Lost and the finisher on the Antiquarian, so not bringing the Materia Pestis, bringing more so just the finisher and trying to go for those sorts of very aggressive moves while kind of being more defensive with the Tears of the Lost, praying that the doggy can do everything on his own. And here comes the double guard. Actually, this is something that isn't too surprising to me. I have seen the Chinese players do it before. There was a person that did it to me as well that I was playing against, not this tournament but the tournament before it, and I was kind of shocked by the double guard round 1, but it works. It does seem to work. And Nani is getting 2 crits, but now it's going to be much more difficult for him to break through. So his opponent has the Pit Fighter's Helm and that Rancid Cure. Also, he's going to be resisting a lot of the DOT, but he's not really going to be resisting a lot of the stress. So he's going to get stressed out rather easily. Now, what I will be very interested in knowing is whether Name and Available is actually going to spam regen, or if he's going to go Vanishing Vapors. I believe he wants to spam regen and go for the Hound's Harry. Especially considering that double riposte, especially considering that riposte over there from Nani's side, especially with the crit buff and most likely with the Spiked Chain and the Wretch's Cloak. No punish flag in Chef Stress 3. It is a bit odd. It is a bit odd. That means that if the other characters die, then he will be the last one standing and he won't really be able to do too much. But for now, it shouldn't matter that much, because if he wants to hit the Man at Arms, he can still go for the Reign of Sorrows. So, the Antiquarian is going to act, and she will drop the Rejuvenating Vapor. So, it looks like she's going for those kinds of moves, going for the defense, and maybe praying that the Rancid Cure on the Man at Arms can sort of save him for a while. But of course, the stress will rack up. That Panic Darts is known for doing a crazy amount of stress. So, that is going to be very difficult for Name Unavailable to handle. He's probably going to have to get some redeems off, because the regen won't be enough to counter it. Gets a very juicy repulse over there with that crit 13, but honestly that only aids Name Unavailable, because that means he's going to be able to get his redeems off, or even his exsanguinate sooner rather than later. And Nani doesn't really have that much sustain, so with each Reign of Stars that goes down, that Abomination and perhaps even that Grave Robber are suffering more and more.
Find it in no short supply.
I haven't seen how much DOT she's taken, but it feels like she's only been hit by one of those Reign of Sorrows, so she should be fine for now. Name learned not to always play WD Game 1, and he should have played it. If he played WD Game 1 here, he would have won. He would have won this match, because it's a very good matchup for WD, especially considering that no punish on that Flagellant, right? So it doesn't even need to kill the Flagellant. Could have just killed everyone else with relative ease, and would have been doing amazing already, but seems to not be the case. So the Rejuvenating Vapors will be getting dropped once again, but the Antiquarian is at this door and she is not guarded, so a Panic Darts or something of the likes could bring her down. but I believe that name unavailable goes first. No, he doesn't. So he'll likely have to use his flagellant healing just to keep that Antiquarian alive, unless he wants to risk the 25. Oh, that might be enough damage. That is enough damage actually, and he does not go first. Perhaps he knew that was enough damage because of the crit buff. So the Abomination Repulse damage mod is additive, meaning that it will eventually, with enough damage buffs, just completely counter the debuff that it has on it. And it's gonna end up hitting for a lot of damage. Even the 7 against that 10% prot over there. And Nani bet on name changing WD first strat, I guess. Yeah, against me he went Septic Tank first, and it paid off. If he did go Septic Tank here again, it would have been Septic Tank into Septic Tank, so that would have been kind of interesting. But one thing that I didn't get to mention, because they immediately got into the match, is the fact that in terms of how the deck looks, Nani has 3 damage teams, 1 DOT team and 1 stress team, while Name Unavailable has a more balanced setup. He has 2 damage teams, 2 stress teams, and 1 DOT team. Meaning that already using his 1 DOT team, he's still gonna have both the damage and the stress, while Nani is not gonna have a stress option. He's only gonna have Septic Tank or 3 damage teams. So it's going to be much easier to counterpick him from now on, considering that. So perhaps playing the stress team, definitely a big gamble. I believe that his opponent was expecting him to play a damage team here, or else Nani would have had to take this big gamble playing the stress team at this point, because now after this it's going to be a lot harder for him, right? It's going to be a lot harder for him to actually pick appropriately, because whenever he does, his opponent can just pick a team that does well into 3 damage teams and does well into dots, and there really won't be too much that Nani can do about it. Start stream. Nice to see you, Gonzo. Doesn't announce it. Yes, I did. I just announced it. Okay, this is why you gotta ring the bell, okay, and have the notifications up. Who is Nani playing? He's playing Name Unavailable. Oh crap, I took the thing off. Hang on. Is it this one? No, it's this one. I took the thing off, unfortunately. But yeah, this is a best of 5, and they are 0-0. Meaning that they might have to use their entire deck if it does come down to the final match, and Nani is already down his singular stress team, so it will be a bit rough. In terms of how this match is going, there has been no virtue on that Antiquarian, and there hasn't been too much stress on Nani's side, but it's really not Name Unavailable's win condition here. It's just doing that duty, just doing that damage and bringing him down to 0. No, Gilbo, you're not late at all. This is the very first match of the best of 5, so you're right on time. We have just begun. So a lot of duty going on to that Antiquarian. She doesn't have the Tears of the Lost to kind of delay it a bit, delay that stress a bit, and these characters are really feeling more fine than I imagined they would be. The Tears of the Lost regen is keeping them way more alive than one would expect, and now with this Abomination dropping to death's door every other round, he has to keep healing, so he can't keep the Beast Smile pressure up, meaning that the doggy is free to spam the Harry, and meaning that the Antiquarian is free to catch up on the regen in terms of the amount of HP that her characters have. What is that finisher? Fork Knife Blade. It's the I'm done finisher. Oh, she actually goes Festering Vapors this time around, rather than the Rejuvenation, which is a bit surprising, but it is not out of the ordinary. Festering Vapors with the command buff is very good too, and of course 3 of those characters are already very close to their store, meaning that the finisher accuracy is actually coming in very clutch. Means that they will basically not get any dodges, even with the command buff. So the Abomination is still dropping to their store, because of just the crazy amount of duty that's been dealt by that flagellant. There goes a crit Panic Darts on the Antiquarian. She is eating a lot of damage. If she wants to save herself now, she's going to have to get out of this store, or else she might just die to a heart attack, and she will have to go for a Protect Me onto another character. Looks like she's reaching the end of her use, and Name Unavailable might just be giving up on her, which I feel has to be a misplay, right? Keeping the pressure is good, keeping the pressure up is good, but I feel like that has to be a misplay, because she is the finisher character here, right? Welcome to the world of Nani, Gonzo. Welcome to the world of Nani with the crazy background. Stress team. It should be their skillless deity team. Yeah, he has the Clujallant. Yeah, he does. He has the Clujallant on his redeem animation. I have no idea how he's done it, but it's very neat. I think he posted it actually in the Discord server. Also, how is the sound? Is it too loud? Is it just fine? Compared to my voice, that is. Alright, extra stress, that horror will basically ensure that the Antiquarian is dead here. The Flagellum won't be able to go for any healing just yet. There's a move forward on the act out, which, well, means the say ooh ooh test. Well, you got me, buddy. You got me. Here comes the Velas. And yeah, this is only round 6. It's been a very fast match. Both players are being quite aggressive, pretty much as aggressive as can be. Clipped! God damn it, David. How dare you? How dare you, Liquid David? He said it willingly. I did not. I was coerced. I was coerced into saying it. You tricked me. You tricked me, Gonzo. You really did. So the Crimson Hook and the command buff empowered Hound's Ares continue to drop, and he's almost out of afflictions against Nani. That Abomination is basically on his last legs, but he has transformed at least once. He has dealt a lot of pressure, so it's going to be very difficult for Name and Available to kind of like stabilize here. Difficult, or rather just impossible, because it feels like that's usually the idea behind the Septic Tank with the Rejuvenating Vapors, that you manage to kill the characters on the Stress team or on the Damage team, and then with your double guards and your Rejuvenating Vapors you can kind of just stabilize after a while the pressure goes down. But not having the Antiquarian, it means no finisher, it means no stabilizing potential without Rejuvenating Vapors. It means that this is just going to be really rough, and there has been no bolster from that Man at Arms either, which I have to feel is very odd. He did have to go for the command buffs, and he did have to go for the guards. Even with the guards, the Antiquarian still ended up dying, but at least the dog is stayed alive, right? Oh no, is that a desync? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good. Surely Shep isn't gonna leave. I am not. Hello again, Melted Crane. Nice to see you again here today. His opponent says a question mark. Sends a question mark. Ooh, this might be it. Oh, this might be a desync. No? Maybe not? Whose turn was it? Well, I believe... I actually have no idea. Maybe there was a beast pile just before his death. Nani was on the front seat. I think it's anyone's game at this point. I still think it's anyone's game at this point. I'm pretty sure this is a soft lock. So, you know, in a way, a desync. I wonder if we discussed Weeb or no Weeb Shep in the tournament stream before. I wonder if I've watched like 4 different animes that I didn't even know were animes. Yeah, this is most likely a soft lock, so we're probably gonna have to ask the players to rematch. Well, let me get the background up and running again, and I'll discuss with the players what can be done, right? So Nani believes it's a win for him. Now the council must meet. Now here's the fucking problem. I'm the only one here. That's right, my organizers have left me. I am the only organizer present. So, you know, that's fun. Salak is in a job interview. Carollo is playing Valorant. Awesome Pork is, well, you know, it's too late for him, so he's sleeping. Tosculus isn't online. Duelist is at work. I'm the only organizer here. I think I'm the only organizer around. So, you know, that's cool. Carollo shirking his duties. No, we are as well. We are all definitely qualified. Alright. So Nani thinks it's a win for him, and Name Unavailable thinks it is not a win. Now I have to look at the match, and I'm gonna ask y'all to look at the match too and tell me what you think, because I will at least take consolation in hearing other people's opinions before deciding. No, Name Unavailable believes it's not a win for Nani. Nani believes it's a win for him. It looked like Nani had a big advantage. I mean, the thing is, right, that Abomination has no healing, the Flagellant has no punish. Keep in mind the Flagellant has no punish. There's still a fair amount of DOT on that Man-at-Arms, so the Man-at-Arms could go down. The Flagellant has already used one of his redeems. The Afflictions. Oh, I would like to know the Afflictions. Nani, could you tell me the Affliction on that Grave Robber, please? Yeah, I think the Affliction on the... Fearful. Okay, that's dodge. That's dodge. That is dodge. Oh, this is difficult, because I still think... I mean, there's Punish and Reign of Sorrows and Crimson Hook. I still think this is definitely winnable for Name Unavailable. But, I mean, there's a lot of stress on those characters, too. Yeah, it feels like a tie for me. It feels like a tie, maybe a very slight advantage. And no, Doggy has Monkey's Paw and the Crimson Hook. Alright, Carollo is around. Yeah, the Flagellant has no punish, but he has Fearful Grave Robber. He can Garden Reclaim to keep her alive, that's the thing. The A-Bomb, I don't know. Has the A-Bomb survived any Death Store checks? A-Bomb took no Death Store checks. Carollo says he doesn't really see a clear win for Nani, but I believe he has an advantage. But it's just that the Grave Robber can pass a few times, that Man-at-Arms can definitely eat some dot. He's eaten some dot, so he could still die here. The Abomination could die very quickly. And then, the Grave Robber like, has a lot of work to do. She has a lot of work to do. Just by herself, basically, because the Flagellant can't hit. The very first match off to a decent. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. My flag has 60 and MAA 60 defend and 6 heal over time. So Name Unavailable is saying that his Man-at-Arms still has a lot of HP, and so has the Flagellant, and that they have heal over time from the Antiquarian still. And that is true, that is true. Well, we only have 2 organizers, so it's going to be difficult. Yeah, I'm on this. I'm on the same side as Girl here. I think that what should be done is a rematch, but Nani gets a slight buff. Rather by a buff. How do I explain a buff? One of the characters will have to pass a turn. I'm going to ask if Carol is okay with it. Alright, Carol is joining voice. Okay, Carol, because of Nani's, we both believe he has a slight advantage, right? But not enough to claim a win. What about Name Unavailable has to pass one of his turns round 1 on the rematch.
What?
To
Yeah, but
Duelist is
it's
here
not
as
how
well.
it works. It's not how it works for me, at least.
I think that would be a fair decision, since he has a slight advantage.
Maybe.
Well, let's listen to what Duelist has to say.
Yeah. I mean, if Nani has the advantage, then like if they redo, Nani should keep the advantage.
But I don't think that matchup is that advantageous, you know? It was
Yeah, maybe.
just a bit of RNG, basically. He got a few crits on the Antiquarian.
Yeah, sure. But I'm not sure about giving a pass.
Just one pass round one, no?
Okay, maybe, but on which character and stuff like that, like.
He can choose, he can
Click.
choose.
Okay.
I think letting him choose would be fine.
Yeah, maybe.
Now let's listen to what Duelist says.
Yeah.
Alright, so Duelist thinks he would probably win. Duelist, can you speak? I just believe that the situation is very...
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Okay.
So what do you think should be done here?
Honestly, I mean, I'm looking at Nani's team. Like, the Man Arms isn't afflicted, the Flagellant is fine, the Grave Robber is fearful, so she has a lot of dodge. I don't see how Name Unavailable would win this, because his team is literally falling apart.
So the thing
I mean,
is that
two doggy crits and it's a comeback. It's not that hard to come back in this situation.
yeah, the thing is that the Flagellant on Nani's side does not have punish,
It doesn't have punish, yeah.
and he's already used one
Yeah,
redeem,
I know that.
and the
He used
Abomination
one
has
redeem,
no
but he has
heals
one
left.
more, and he still has Reclaims to use.
Yeah, but there's a
Like,
lot
that
of...
Grave Robber isn't going to die.
Yeah, no, she's gonna stay alive for a while, for sure. But I'm not sure if it will be enough, considering lick wounds and stuff like that.
Okay, wait, Nani, can you look at what buffs he has? Like, how many command buffs does he have right now? Okay, so he's been spamming the command buffs. So I guess even if you kill the Man-at-Arms, like, this round or next round, he'll still be able to hit for a bit.
Yeah, he will still have a few command buffs. I don't know, I think that we should have a rematch, but Name Unavailable has to pass one turn. Because I think it's definitely an advantage for Nani, but not enough to justify a win.
Yes, stuff like that, but I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure about the pass because, like, it seems weird to
But
just give a pass like that.
he already had an advantage, so like just restarting and then getting nothing, it would not
Yeah,
be.
that's-
It would be incentivizing a desync, you know. So I think an advantage would be better to give.
To be honest,
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it's up to you, really.
All right, then
You decide, Shep.
then
Yeah.
I'll do the decision. Alright, I've given them the decision, so they're free to surrender now. And
Alright.
and go to match 2. Or rather,
There's
still match
different-
1, but rematched.
Yeah.
Alright. The very first match desync. We love to see it. We love to see it. Hopefully no more desyncs happen. That would be truly disastrous. I hope we don't get any more than this. In terms of having to pass one round, I mean, one round is a bit, right? One round is a bolster, one round is a command buff, one round is a turn of rejuvenating vapors, or one round is a rain of sorrows. But at the same time, let's imagine that name unavailable goes first, right? So he has to deal with the dodge. In that case, or let's imagine that he goes second, so he has the dodge on his side. In that case, he can go bolster, and he can basically not use command buff round 1. And instead of going for Rain of Sorrows, he can pass with his flash on turn because he would miss anyway, right? So he can use that to his advantage and make it not feel quite as bad passing one turn. Of course, it's still going to be bad, but if he plays it well, he can still kind of like try to mitigate this by going for a different kind of playstyle. Or, you know, he could do something else, of course. He could just pass his anti-current turn and not have that regen for a bit. Does name have to insta-pass? No, just something during round 1. I hope none of the players become tilted either. Yeah, this tends to happen when the players are really far away. The winner should be whoever stays the longer. Someone has to leave, like in the ladder. Oh man, that's mean. Alright, so Nani went first, so he should go first again. Based Gonzo. Rare Gonzo W. Rare David acknowledgement. Oh, they're becoming friends again! This is so heartwarming. The two weebs are becoming friends once more. Alright, Nani is recommencing his streams, so we should be getting into it. Gonzo, you are a total weeb. Wrong fandom. I'm not gonna get into that. Not in public, huh? Yeah, I'm saving you the humiliation, Gonzo. Alright, we are getting into it, so let's get it up and running once more.
Not forgive failure.
And here we go. Match number 1 still. A man of culture, indeed. Alright, here they go once more, so now his opponent will have to pass once, and haha, Nani goes first immediately, so we won't have to restart until he gets to go first. So he's probably gonna start off with command buffs. Now they can change their strategy and the way they are playing, basically, as compared to the match one, so something else could happen here. And it looks like Name Unavailable will indeed go for the idea that he had, or rather the idea that I had, which was to probably not use the flagellant turn. You go for the bolster since you go second, and you don't go for the flagellant turn since he's probably gonna miss anyway, right? So he's gonna be missing out one of those Reign of Sorrows, which... No, he passes the doggy turn! He passes the doggy turn because he doesn't have the accuracy to go for the Houndsary. And oh, Nani immediately gets a crit on the V-Spile, which is actually really unfortunate. This means that his defense is gonna be very good here with the regen. Makes it so the doggy will not want to go for the Houndsary at any point. So yeah, he does end up wanting that rain, and he does manage to land both the rains despite the lack of the command buff. And there will be an immediate panic darts onto that Antiquarian. So the previous match he went for 2 guards. This match he's gonna go for no guards, just Reign of Sorrows, the Doggy Pass, and the Bolster and the Rejuvenating Vapors. So there will be another panic darts immediately being dropped onto the Antiquarian, and I feel like this might be a string of events that might not benefit Nani, because the Antiquarian will be fine-ish after Rejuvenating Vapors, and she might go Virtuous this time, so that's something we have to consider. She might get a Virtue. She didn't get a Virtue last time. She went with something quite poor and then just died anyway. But if she gets a Virtue here, and then she gets guarded so she stays safe and is free to drop the Rejuvenating Vapors over and over again, then this could truly be very, very good for Name Unavailable. Now he just gets the same crit RNG off the bat. Oh, you know, at least it's the same crit RNG. The extra stress on bleed. Yeah, the Crimson Hook is massive. But he has Crimson Hook on both his characters, so... The doggy still has his turn, but there are 2 crit buffs on that Abomination, plus the Spike Chain, plus a command buff. So going for a Houndsary here is somewhat suicidal. The riposte will hurt a pretty fair bit, I imagine. So yeah, it's a 9, even into 30 prot, it's a 9. And it only hit 1 character because no command buff has been dropped. So it is really not not the best of outcomes there. He hit only 1 person, not even the Men-at-Arms, not even the Flagellant. Yeah. So command buff is finally gonna go down for Name Unavailable side, and that Antiquarian is really not feeling too good. She's taken so much DOT from those crits, and doesn't feel like any sort of help is about to come anytime soon for her. So a regen is being dropped, Nani probably believing that he's dealt enough dealt to the Antiquarian to the point that he should be fine for now. Another Houndsary comes through, this time with the command buff, but oh, there's a crit 13 on the riposte. Wait, that might just be a dead doggy. Isn't this what happened to David yesterday? Isn't this what happened to him yesterday? He went for an Abomination's V-Spile into the enemy Abomination, got hit with a crit riposte, and then the V-Spile came through and immediately got a kill. Is there an immediate kill? There's a 25 going through, but no kill. No kill just yet. So that doggy manages to stay alive, but really this is looking very, very dire for Name Unavailable. Of course, that Abomination from Nani's side. Wow, 15 damage riposte. That's massive. It was on Sunday, Shep. Ah, right. It was not yesterday. Right. My bad. So yeah, it was a bit ago. That Flagellant could die here, unless no. Nani does go first, so he could have killed the Flagellant there. He could have gotten the 20% on the Flagellant. He could have gone for the Panic Darts there, dropped him to 0, and then just gone for like another Panic Darts, and potentially gotten the 20%, because the only turn remaining was the Antiquarian, so it would be no active heal and also no guard on him or anything of the likes. But decides to go for the Antiquarian instead, doesn't want to go for the 20% and just chance it and kind of like just lose the pressure that he has on the backline. So the Antiquarian is gonna go for the Protect Me onto that Flagellant just to, you know, stay alive. And the Abomination is dropping to 0 now. The Grave Robber has a decent amount of DOT on her, but she also has a bit of regen, so she isn't at danger just yet. It's mostly this Abomination that's being pressured. So another Acclaim will be dropped onto this Grave Robber, and I believe the Abomination will just be healing himself by now, and then Nani is gonna try to kind of just live off of the pressure that he's already caused. Oh, he hits the Flagellant with that act out from the dog. He went like irrational or something. This means that a 20% might come through after all. Unless the doggy guards, but he decides against it, goes for the Houndseri. There's a riposte for 11, he's not quite dropping to this store. Nothing goes Name's way. Shep has flipped the RNG switch, obviously. So the 20%, but it does not happen. So the Flagellant is going to stay alive for now. He can go for either Redeem or an Exsanguinate. What does he plan on doing? If that doggy keeps getting regened, if that doggy keeps getting healed, the pressure from the Abomination will eventually kind of just dissipate, and the Houndseries will continue to be dropped. So that might be something that Name is looking forward to here. But of course, his Antiquarian went abusive, so if she had gone on the Virtues, it would have been much easier, but she did not. So the command buff comes through, which feels like a bit of a waste, because that Abomination is most likely not going to go Beastwile here, because he'll be at this store. But one thing that should be mentioned is the fact that Nani has gone for 2 Death Store checks, a 25 and a 20, and failed both. So that's pretty unfortunate for him. So he has to keep his characters out of the store every single turn, or else that Antiquarian just has a feast and goes for the 50-50 with her finisher. She is still guarded for another turn by that Flagellant, and the Flagellant is dazed, so regardless of what Name Unavailable wants to do, she will be guarded for quite a while here. The A-Bomb isn't dropping to their store just yet, so another Houndseri will have to come through, and I believe it will be basically immediate. But there will be a regen. A 9 out of 16 for both checks to fail, so still quite likely for both checks to fail, but, you know, there was a chance that they did not. So the Harry will most likely come off here before the regen does, or rather before the riposte does, and it hits everyone. Fails the bleed on the Grave Robber, that's still a fair bit of stress and a fair bit of duty onto the other characters. So the Abomination isn't quite dropping to their store just yet. He still has his transformations. Now is not a bad time to go for them, but he really wants to keep that riposte up and really wants to keep spamming that beast file. Of course, into the Rancid Cure-All and the guard buff, he might not be doing too much DOT, but the stress is adding up. That doggy is close-ish to having a heart attack. So if the Antiquarian wants to stay alive now, she either has to regen out of this door, or she has to go for a take cover or yet another guard. But if she goes for the guard now onto... Well, no, she'll still have her guard up for another turn. Yeah, she'll still have her guard up. Oh, that's a hit. It's pointless. It dazes the already dazed character. That's literally not an act out. Goes for another Protect Me. This Protect Me is a bit hasty. And what I mean by hasty is that the Flagellant will use up his turn, and then the guard is gonna go away to 1 turn again. So maybe a take cover would have been a bit of a safer option there, or rather an option that would make a bit more sense, but the sides against it, there will be a lot of dodge and prod for the Flagellant as well, if he wants to make use of it somehow. There is a Grid Drain of Sorrows though, so that Grave Robber is basically dropping very close to 0, but the Flagellant will have his heal soon. Yeah, she loses the guard. It looks somewhat worse than the first game for Nani. Yeah, it looks worse because now Name Unavailable is not sacrificing the Antiquarian for really essentially nothing, right? The Antiquarian is staying alive, and that is much better for Name, because the Antiquarian is such an integral part of this team, having the Rejuvenating Vapors and having that finisher. Without her, you can't really punish characters being at this store. That said, the matches being slower overall because Nani still hasn't used any of his healing, apart from one heal on the Abomination. The dodge! The dodge actually comes through because of the Protect Me on that Flagell. That's insane. But the guard is going away now, isn't it? Isn't the guard going away now? Yes, it is. But, oh, Nani had already used his Grave Robber turn, so doesn't really have to worry about it unless a Reign of Sorrows comes through, but he doesn't believe it too likely that a Reign of Sorrows will even come through. So there'll be another Redeem dropped onto that Abomination. Yeah, the $30 Flagellant. She regens out of the store and drops yet another Protect Me, so now the Flagellant is up to 70 prot and 40 dodge. Those 3 extra seconds between turn change. Oh, did you think it was gonna desync again? At this point we just rematch with the advantage again. 40 dodgelant, exactly. So the V-Spile will come through. That might be a heart attack, indeed it is. Is there enough regen? There is not. The doggy is at risk here. He might have to go for the lick wounds. He hasn't had much regen value from the Antiquarian. She's just been forced to go for Protect Me over and over again. There has been so much pressure. This is kind of why I like the double dodge doggy, because here he could be, you know, he could just be existing on his own and the Men-at-Arms could be guarding the Antiquarian instead, but then you kind of have no pressure. The doggy here is kind of the pressure tool with that Crimson Hook and the command buffs, so not having that would mean basically no pressure. Surely I won't miss against Last Breath Color Dodge, surely. Counterintuitive Flagellant. Yeah, he has amazing defensive statistics there. 70 prot and 40 dodge is out of this world. But he doesn't want to make use of it. He wants to be hit so he can use his redeems. He wants to keep hitting to that repulse at this point. I believe the guard still lasts for another 2 turns. I believe the Flagellant had already used his turn. The Flagellant for name an available side. Oh, and there's an immediate pass from that Abomination from being afflicted. Oh, that is rough. That is rough. That is going to buy name and available so much time here to just go for his regens and go for his moves. Stream F? Shouldn't be. I mean, it lagged for like a second. Nah, stop trolling. It lagged for a second and Gonzo was already panicking. Okay, there's a heart attack now onto that Men-at-Arms. He doesn't have enough healing to save himself here, so that Men-at-Arms might be dying sometime soon. The Flagellant just... The regen is counterintuitive. The regen makes it so he just can't heal himself. Makes it so he can't go for the redeems onto the other characters to save them either. Misses the Grave Robber there, which is pretty huge, but still gets a crit. I was trolling, bro. I asked, or just me. So the guard comes through on the Grave Robber regardless, to make sure that the next rain doesn't hurt. Which is a bit surprising. I feel like a Bellow could have done more there, or even a command buff than the guard would. But at the same time, you know, keeping the Grave Robber alive is very important. So this Antiquarian is in a position where she... Well, even if she drops regen at this point, it's not enough to deal with the Panic Dart's Blight. It's not enough to save someone. And the Reign of Sorrows might be a kill here. We're all falling apart, Gonzo. The Reign of Sorrows. It would bleed the Flagellant, so it could potentially help, actually. That doggy has a lot of regen. Goes for the rain, it's not enough stress. Is there an act out? Yes, there is. Act out for the stress. The Men-at-Arms dies because of the doggy. The doggy takes even more stress from the Men-at-Arms dying. The Flagellant goes rapturous, but now he can regen out of this store and potentially keep this going. But it feels like a win for Nani at this point. 1 Panic Dart and that doggy is essentially dead. He's gonna go for more Harrys. The Harry lands on everyone. It connects. Good luck hitting the Grave Robber now. We don't know what affliction she got this time around, but I did see 44 dodge, so I think she got a -5 dodge affliction, but I mean, that's still not a big deal. So the only character that isn't dropping to this door here for Nani's side is the Man-at-Arms. Decides to click the Flash-Wand, gets a crit, she went hopeless. Yeah, so -5 dodge, -5 accuracy, and potential pass, self-hit, that sort of stuff. So the Flash-Wand uses his second redeem, this time on the Abomination, or actually, was it on the Abomination twice? Might have been. And there's going to be an immediate Houndzeri, not really waiting to use the regen to his defense. Maybe worried that a crit Panic Charge would have ruined him anyway. Probably using his final turn of command buff there to just get another big Harry off. Transformation might be coming through, perhaps even the Manacles. Decides to go for the Vial and whiffs it. That will get rid of the corpse though. They will get rid of the corpse very shortly, meaning that he'll be able to hit 2 people with the Beast Vials once more. Good morning, gamers. I've underslept yet again. How's it going? It's going just fine. We're still in the first match. Dazes the dog. That could actually be huge. Centicorn has hit the other characters twice, and she does daze on her act out. It's going to be rejuvenating vapors, considering that repulse. She doesn't really want to take the repulse damage here. Manactars is an 83 to hit. There still hasn't been a Toxin Trickery. There's 12 dot on that Grave Robber. If this doggy manages to survive another turn and gets a crit on Zeri though, that might just be a kill on the Grave Robber and very shortly after a kill on the Abomination as well. So here comes another rain. The Flash one continues to dodge. Somehow, someway. Lots of dot going on the Man-at-Arms too. Grave Robber says no to the command buff. This isn't looking so good for Nani anymore. The stress is really adding up. And if that doggy weren't dazed, this would be disastrous. But yeah, with the doggy being dazed, he can perhaps still make it. Goes for another Rain of Sorrows. Is it 2 damage? It is 4 damage. It gets a crit repulse though, meaning that it heals a bit of stress. Oh, the stress, it's so big. It is so big, the amount of stress that's coming through. The Abomination's at 185. He still has his heals. He can transform Slam here. The stress would have been amazing too. Goes for the stun and gets it. 10% chance that it wouldn't get it. But the Antiquarian can go for a turn now. She has the Festering Vapors if she wants to go for it. She causes a heart attack onto that doggy actually. That is massive. She goes for the Festering Vapors. She has the finisher accuracy on practically everyone. Gets the immediate kill and gets 2 damage onto the Grave Robber. If the Abomination dying causes stress, she's dead. We don't see it just yet. The Man-at-Arms goes paranoid. Is there extra stress? There is! The Grave Robber's gone! The Grave Robber's gone, and how can Nani win this now? He can't win this anymore. He doesn't have Punish. He doesn't have Punish. How is he going to kill that enemy Flashlight? He doesn't have a way. And that doggy lives somehow. He still has 10 points of regen on him. That Antiquarian just hard carrying the match, telling the doggy, sit down. Sit down, dog. Let me finish the job. Let me finish the job here. I'm going to kill the Abomination and the Grave Robber in 1 turn. While you just sit there dazed. What a girl boss. So now she's gonna go for the Rejuvenating Vapors, and there is no punish. There is no way that Nani can kill that Flagellant at the end of the match. So he is going to end up going down for the match 1, and that's going to be match 1 going for name unavailable in a very exciting turn of events, and unexpected as well. Wow. You should have had Septic Tank in your deck. You really should have. You really should have. So yeah, now that means that there will be no Chef's Rest 3 for Nani. And let's be honest, this isn't even the worst part of the situation for Nani, because looking at how the decks look at the moment, he no longer has his Chef's Rest 3, and of course his opponent doesn't have the Septic Tank, which he probably wishes he did. at this point. But what means is that Nani has 3 damage teams, while his opponent has a more fair balance. So he has WD, he has the Oppressive Arbalist, he has Jester WD, and the Septic Tank. So that means 3 damage teams, pretty much none of which do DOT. The Jester WD could do dot with the Harvest, but he needs to bring solo majority of the time. And there could be an Adder's Kiss on that Shieldbreaker, but there usually isn't. So that's not something I'm really expecting to see at this point. Still think Nani would have won the first one. I think it would be very advantageous for him, but almost, yeah, definitely advantageous, but I didn't think it would just result in a guaranteed win. Winning the match, desync lose, says Nani. I don't think I should have given Name Unavailable a bigger disadvantage than passing one turn. I feel like that was fair. But yeah, it is definitely not ideal. Alright, let's not forget to update the score as well. I have a tendency to to forget. So it is 1 match for Name Unavailable. So now, his opponent, Nani's opponent, still has 2 damage teams in the Oppressive Vestal and the WD, and still has 2 stress teams, so he doesn't really have to worry too much about a dedicated DOT team, so that's good. That means he can play WD without having to worry about the Septic Tank anymore. Nothing is guaranteed in the Butcher's Circus except wasted hours of your life. True. I arrived, look at how it was going, I was like, this is definitely W. Yeah, definitely. And then it just turned. It was just that Reign of Sorrows crit and the stress just stacking up on those 2 backliners to the point that the Antiquarian just goes festering and takes a W. She did like 1 festering the entire match, and it was the festering that won. So yeah, now in terms of how the matchups look, let's look at them one by one. So Nani, if he plays Septic Tank now, he can't play Septic Tank now, because if he does, even if he wins, he's gonna be stuck with 3 damage teams, right? And that just means that the opponent just goes full prot, and there's nothing Nani can do about it. Goes full prot, goes full defensive trinkets, and just hard counters the damage that Nani is bringing. So he can't go Septic Tank, meaning that he has to go for a damage team. But if he has to go for a damage team, then the opponent can still counter it. It definitely feels like his opponent is going to go for Shepstress 5 or the Immortal Musketeer. Well, probably not the Immortal Musketeer, considering that WD and the Oppressive Arbalist are still up, and those do relatively well into it. I mean, every team does relatively well into Immortal Musketeer from Nani's side, so that's not too bad for him. But it feels like his opponent is gonna go for more of a defensive team in terms of the Shepstress 5. That seems to be the idea here that you should go for. You could also just play WD and expect Nani to try and trick him by playing a very aggressive damage team like the Oppressive Arbalist. So you could just pick WD into it and be like, nah, you can't trick me, bruv. Just win that and then be up 2 and be very difficult to lose. So Nani is going to take a bit of a breather, or else he's going to break something, and honestly, I do not blame him. So let's take a very short break then. Shep, can you explain to me what's with all the Shepstress variants? Shepstress 5 doesn't even have a doggy. Well, basically it's just the Flagellant Men-at-Arms Abomination setup. So you bring that setup, and whoever you bring on the back, it's just another Shepstress variant. Not that I made all of them, I only made the very first one. And I could argue the second one as well. But all the other ones are just an easy way of naming them. For me at least. You know, if it's the Arbalist, it's 5, the Occultist, it's 4, Grave Robber, it's 3. This becomes very easy. The Musketeer should be 6 with the Musketeer, but we just call that Immortal Musketeer because It's an infamous team. Calling it Chef Stress 6 wouldn't do it justice. Just spam rejuvenation until you have a kill shot. Yeah, that's just how it is. He could have gone for the Materia Passive strategy, but it wouldn't have been too good there. Shepard Stress. Yeah, that is a possibility instead of Chef Stress 5. It annoyed some people, no doubt. The flashbacks to the earlier days of the Circus. Immortal Musketeer wins by afflicting the player directly. It does, it really does. Or making the match go on so long that they just give up. Internally, at least. I dread every time I go against it. Good afternoon, Shepherd Kitty. Oh, good afternoon to you as well, Azar. Are you ready to watch some more desyncs? I'm just kidding. Hopefully no more desyncs. We've already had one. We don't need another. You just came in. Well, you're in for a fun time. We might see a turnaround. Am I the only creature in existence that doesn't absolutely hate playing against Immortal Musketeer? Of course I sometimes just don't feel like it, but it's kind of satisfying to break through it, IMO. Honestly, I respect that, Rat. I respect that. But I really like the damage versus stress matchup with the whole idea of like trying to break through. But against Immortal Musketeer, it just feels like... It just feels like too much. Just feels like too much. It feels like if you do like one just misplay, even in building your team, you won't be able to break through at all. It's not like, oh, you'll be able to break through, but then you'll have eaten too much stress by the time that happens. It's just you won't be able to at all. And I feel like that's what kind of annoys everyone. And it is a bit annoying. Chef likes the damage part of damage versus stress. He likes stuns. I had a lot of fun beating Salix Immortal with Occultist Halo. You did? I mean, that is actually a good matchup for Occultist Halo, believe it or not. The more aggressive you can make the team, the better. Have you seen my mental breakdowns yesterday when I was playing against Immortal Musketeer opponent? I did not answer. I'm not sure if I want to. Yeah, it feels like the enemy is more doing everything in their power to make you unable to play the game. Yeah, whatever you do, they have a counter for it. SMH, just never ever misplay. Yeah, and one misplay and you basically can't play anymore. You have to lock in and do the correct move every single time to beat it. But if you do that, you beat it most of the time, it feels to me. I still don't think Immortal Musketeer is worthy of just being like top of the meta. But I mean, there's two people that actively play it, one in the grand finals, one in the losers finals. So, I mean, it's gotta have some merit to it, right? Okay, so Nani is pretty much ready. Mortal player also has to lock in. Yeah, definitely. And if you play the Immortal Musketeer yourself, you have to do every correct turn to do well. If you do one misplay yourself, it's going to be hard. Nani's game crashed, so we're gonna be waiting a bit longer. Try to play when I wanted to troll my opponents. They either immediately surrendered or kick my ass since I can't play the team. Yeah. Either goes one way or the other. You'll see dudes forgetting they can stress heal. Really? I haven't really seen too much Immortal Musketeer and Ladder, but I mean, I don't really play Ladder that much, so... You should have played it, David. You should have played it. You'd be playing here today. Clearly. Well, Silek did learn it and did play it. How do you call Occultist, Houndmaster, MAA, Flagellant setup? Occultist? Isn't that Rat Stress? Rat, isn't that your team? I think that's Rat Stress, but I might be wrong. You face it a decent amount when in China time zone. Yeah, it is the Flash from Kalashnikov, but I think that's Rat Stress as well. Or I might be wrong. It's yours and Silex. Interesting. The Last Crusade. He calls it Rat's Guards. Silex Rodents. That's awesome. That is a banger name. Okay, Nani is ready. Alright, we're heading into the match. Let's get straight into it then. Lock in, gamers, lock in. And what teams do they have? What teams do they have? I'm actually so excited to see. I did say I believe Nani was gonna bring like probably WD or Jester WD. Very unlikely that he brings a Septic Tank, and really his opponent should bring Shep's Stress 5. But he could bring anything. He could bring anything at this point. I think people decided 3 MAA and 180 Crane would be better. Damn! Can you imagine that? He brings WD! Against the Oppressive Vestal. Really not expected seeing an Oppressive Vestal, and that's actually really good of a matchup for Nani. Yeah, this is a really quite nice matchup. Very unfortunate that he goes second. But overall, a very decent matchup for him. So there goes the immediate stun onto that Abomination. Wait, his Arbalest has Snuff? Did I see that right? Did I see that his Arbalest has Snuff? That's actually kinda insane if he does. WD wins this. WD should win this. WD should win this, but not like win-win. It's just a slight advantage for WD IMO. Just a slight advantage. But I do think I saw a Snuff on that Arbalest. Wow, that is a crazy move. He's gonna do that because he wants to flare. That is a crazy move. So this is Name Unavailable's Oppressive Vestal, and I do believe Name Unavailable, and I said it yesterday, or rather on Sunday, I'll say it again, I believe this is the best Oppressive Vestal player in the world. That is what I believe in. I think he's the best at the Oppressive Vestal. He's bringing it once more with the Open Vein setup, and with the Heal Trinket on the Vestal as well. So I wonder what he's going to cook this time around. He has an 80% stun chance onto the Shieldbreaker, goes for it. Very risky to go for that 80% there. But he does, and it pays off. The Abomination has taken a lot of damage, no Vendetta being dropped, just the immediate Open Vein. Doesn't really need the Vendetta to do more damage, can just apply the dot for free, and it goes well for him. There will be an immediate Sniper Shot potentially onto that Shieldbreaker, but the hit chance is an 86, while the chance to heal the Abomination and clear the bleed is a guaranteed. Could also go for a flare here, but then the Abomination will be down a lot of HP, but just decides to go for the heal there and to clear the bleed. But now there will be just a stun and another stun, most likely. I don't imagine there's going to be a heal just yet on that Shieldbreaker. Doesn't feel too helpful, so the Crusader will lose his action, basically meaning that Nani's front line is, you know, not having too much fun. But now if he gets stunned again, he will have that flare potential. But having this Piercing Quarrel and Snuff on his backline is actually pretty huge. There's an immediate Open Vein for 17 though, so that is much bigger of a damage roll than what he managed to do. So this Abomination just being the soft underbelly of the WD is actually really coming back to bite Nani. And he has two move trinkets, so he doesn't actually have a good stun chance, meaning that if he goes for this, okay, he can't fail it because of the stun, but if he had gone for that and failed the stun, this would have just been GG, because he gets stunned right back, then he gets healed, but then he gets pierced, and it would really look very, very bad for Nani. It already is. Just with his opponent taking advantage of that Abomination, just being there in position 1 with no bleed res, really no great heals apart from his own Absolution, which are limited and only for 13, well, only. But yeah, that just means the Open Vein is just ruining him, basically. He can't fail it because he can't fail the stun because of the stun. Did I say that? I meant to say that he can't go for the stun because there's already one stun there, so that would just be massive flare value. That's what I meant to say. So it goes for the pull on the Vestals, might mean that a one-shot is coming. And there will most likely just be a Shieldbreaker turn. Decides not to actually drop that Abomination to 0, just goes for a Puncture on this Bounty Hunter, which is a bit of an interesting move, because it could have been a Puncture on the Arbals instead, just rolling for the 20, or rather a 40, because there is the net on that Shieldbreaker, but it goes for the Puncture on the BH instead, kind of just preventing that Crusader from ever getting a stunning blow off. I believe that has to be his reasoning. So the Crusader won't be able to go for a stunning blow in a very, very, very long time. Now the Arbals can go for a one-shot here, but after she does that, the Vessel just goes for a heal. Maybe even with a comfort, so that wouldn't be too bad. Your internet, it's smooth for me. That's good. On their end, but on my end it's blank. Ah, yeah, that's the usual. Is my internet dying or just a stream? I believe my internet is good. I think it's Nani's stream that's kind of meh. I think. Yeah, my internet is good today. I repositioned to have a better internet. It really should be Nani that you know, doesn't have the best of internets. So the Duelist Advance comes down and puts that Abomination in position 3 now after the Holy Lance and at this door. Tries to just go for a big Holy Lance on the Shieldbreaker and lands it, but that is leaving the Abomination at this door. Of course there's no finisher, and because the pull happened, that Abomination is not in positions 1 and 2, also meaning that he's not in any risk of getting hit by a Wicked Slice. He's in the risk of getting hit by Duelist Advance or maybe even a Vendetta at this point, but he's not in risk of the Wicked Slice, which is really the scariest thing. He's also not in risk of a Zealous, so really going for that puncture on the Bounty Hunter doesn't feel like it was the best move for the Oppressive Vestal player here. At least that's what feels like that is the case at the moment, but now he can go for stuns on the Bounty Hunter, but at this point stunning the Crusader is just an overall better move. But it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad. The Caltrops is still ticking. There could be a finish him going down on that Shieldbreaker. The hit chance is still quite decent, because even with the Serpent Sway, there is still that finish him accuracy with the finisher. So ends up going for the pull. Now there's going to be a Holy Lance, so that is one way of hitting the Abomination. He can go for a heal on himself. He could be a bit crazy here and just try to go for a big Manacles onto the enemy Vestal, but he decides against it. There could just be another Duelist Advance now, but this definitely feels like a bit worse than oh, that's a big crit. Yeah, I was gonna say Duelist Advance will not do 13 damage unless it max rolls with that Parrying Dagger, or it's a crit. And it's a crit, so unfortunately for Nani, he still has to heal that Abomination. If he wants to keep him alive, that is. Though, of course, the finisher turn has already been used. And let's keep in mind, oh, there's a crit right back from the Arbalist heal, and it's a crit for 16. Just about halfway, could have been 14 or an 18 as well. So that will actually save that Abomination for a while. The Pierce only does 8. Shep is the TO. I'm the tournament organizer. Shep, please change background. This is so painful to the eyes. How do I change? I can't change the background. That's on Nani. Vendetta Death was one of the greatest flexes. Indeed it is. It would be nice to see it. There could be yet another pull onto that. Oh, he's thinking about pulling the Higher Man. There could be another pull onto that Vestal, just to put her in position to force a Holy Lance out. I mean, forcing a Holy Lance out does bring the Abomination to 0 if it lands, but if it misses, then he can immediately maybe even go for a sniper shot. And he does get to go first, and if he gets someone to this door and has his Bounty Hunter turn, he has a guaranteed finisher. It's not like the Oppressive Vessel team that has a 50-50 or 70 or 25s. He has a guaranteed finisher with that finisher. So if Nani does manage to get someone to this door, it will be awesome. And that Caltrops being dropped round 1, I mean, it's doing work, right? It's doing work. Goes for yet another pull, kind of just risking it here on the 50-50. Very risky, but will it pay off? His opponent will immediately go for the Vendetta. Is it a kill?
This is no place for the weak.
It is. It is a kill. That Abomination is now gone. He still had one of his turns on him. There will be a stunning blow back against this Vestal, but just that Abomination dying there really ruins it for Nani, because if he had survived that 50-50, he would have been bullying this vessel in position 1, and he would really be putting in just a lot of pressure onto Nani's side while still having one of his characters alive. But now he has to start looking for a trade. Looking for a trade of characters as the best possible outcome for him, which is definitely not what he wants here. So now he's going to shoot the vessel, which I agree with. That has to be the best play, because now if the Crusader heals, she gets stunned and killed immediately, unless she resists the stun. If she heals, then she gets stunned, and then the Crusader heals, but then there's a finish him, and then by the start of next turn, Nani will get the kill. Now the problem is that while he's working on this Vestal, the opponent is using his Shield Breaker and his Highwayman turn to work on that Crusader, so the Crusader might be dead soon as well. He has a lot of base HP, so it's hard to say. Heals for 12, but I don't believe that will be enough to save her. I think this is 12 to 23. Yes, it is. So even with the maximum heal from the Crusader, that stun there just gives Nani the kill by the start of next round. And then he still has the Caltrops sticking, and he has an Arbalest for heals, but losing the Crusader here would be terrible. I wonder if there's going to be an Adder's Kiss. There will be an Adder's Kiss. It's a 6. It rolls for kind of little, but Harman does have the Vendetta now. He can go for the Duelist Advance. If he does 14 damage, oh my god, that has to be a max roll again. Well, last time it was a crit, this time it's... wow, that was just sad, really. That's just sad. Because now he has a 70 to get the kill here. Oh no, I'm not sure if that was the move. He heals with the Crusader. This means that now, after the enemy Crusader heals that heals that Vestal, he might actually just die here. Rather, he might actually not get the kill, because there's going to be Duelist Advance, and there could be a heal, and then no, he was probably still gonna get the kill here, but I feel like he should have gone for the heal again at this point, because then the Highman would have had to use his turn, right? And that would be the finisher turn. If he manages to survive this, he could be good, but it's a 30 that he survives, and oh, it's a death with a crit. Nani taps out. Closes the stream. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure if it crashed. So it's a very that's a very unclimatic finish. Me when I'm about to lose, get a desync, then crit my way to victory. Clearly. Perhaps a rage quit. Perhaps. But this isn't the end. He can still make a turnaround. I've done a turnaround like this. Or maybe he just crashed again. It's possible. Yeah, that's after the kill there on the Crusader. It is a win for it is a win for Name, because he still has 2 heals, right? I mean, he's going to lose the Vestal, but no, there's no way that he wins that down a character and down a Crusader, and with the Shieldbreaker still alive, and with a crit. Means that the Arbalest is gonna go to position 2 very soon. Of course, there is a Caltrop sticking, but I don't think that's enough to justify anything. Alright, so it was indeed an Alt F4. Nani has confirmed it. Ah, yeah, it was already 2v3, right? Oh, I had starting soon on this entire time. No one said a thing. Why do you all never say a thing? Alright, let's change the teams around once more. So now WD is gone, as is the Oppressive Vestal. Well, one of the WDs. Yeah, stun versus no stun and hero advantage. It's really quite rough. You told me before. Ah. Sounds like I... I am just a buffoon then. She still had one sway, she did. And a bit of HP from the comfort that was dropped. Yeah, it is a best of 5. You didn't tell me that before. You troll, absolute troll. So yeah, looking at what we still have. I mean, let's remember that now this is very difficult for Nani because he has to win 3 matches in a row, right? So it is very, very difficult to say the least, but it's been done before. It's been done in a tournament before by your favorite Shepherd Doggy. I was down 0-2 in the best of 5 and I still managed to take it back against Silac, so if Nani commits and gets a bit of RNG on his side, he can still win 3 matches in a row. So this is not the time to be feeling moody. This is the time to go for a comeback. So in terms of that, what does he have on his side to go for the comeback? He has the Oppressive Arbalist, which doesn't do well into WD, does pretty well into Mortal Musketeer, and kind of meh into Shepstress 5. I'm not too sure. I haven't really seen that matchup too much. He has Jester WD, which should do kind of meh into the others, and he has Septic Tank, which kind of just wins here against all the others, maybe apart from the Immortal Musketeer. So at this point, Septic Tank is just a free win, basically. So he might as well want to use one of the other teams first, and save Septic Tank for the match before last, perhaps. And so he doesn't have 2 damage teams for the 4th match, right? He wants to go for it. You only need to go against Immortal, easy peasy, exactly. It is easy peasy. As easy as a peasy. Of course, Name Unavailable is going to do whatever he can not to lose 3 matches in a row. But if he sticks to his game and doesn't let the pressure of being at this point in the tournament get to him, then he should be able to finish this one out. That is his goal at this point. If he does take this W, he will go meet the Grand Finals against M18. So it's going to be... Actually, I'm not sure how we'd be able to stream that one. It's 2 Chinese competitors. So we'd have to watch it on Bilibili, possibly. So that wouldn't be ideal. If Nani wins, if he manages to make a comeback here, he's going to have his rematch against M18, because let's have a quick look at the brackets while they're getting ready for their 3rd match. So having a quick look at the brackets, hopefully no sussy ads today. Yeah, having a look at it, Nani has lost to M18 and he has gone all the way to the losers bracket. So if he, excuse me, if he manages to win here, he will have a chance of getting his revenge against M18. Looking at all their journeys, M18 hasn't really lost yet. He started in round 1 on the winners bracket, won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 best of 3s, 1 best of 5. So he's won 6 best ofs in a row, basically. So that's big. That's big. In terms of Nani, he was doing quite well. He won 4 best of 3s in a row, beat 3 tournament organizers, and then lost a best of 5 to M18, and now he is on his way on this best of 5. In terms of name unavailable, his journey is even crazier. He started in round 1 in the winners bracket. He won 2 best of 3s, then lost to Silac. And where did he go? He went here, lost to Silac, took revenge on his girlfriend. So now he's won 1 best of 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 best of 3s, 6 best of 3s, taking his revenge on Silac. So he's won 6 best of 3s so far, counting these 2 that he won as well. Right, that's 6. Wait, no, more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plus 2 actually. So he's won 8. Wait, yeah, 8 best of 3s so far. And he has to win a best of 5 and then another 2 best of 5s if he wants to do this. So yeah, he's the one that has won the most amount of matches. 8 best of 3s is a lot. It's a lot of them. He only lost 1 of those best of 3s, leading him to the losers bracket where he's on. So yeah, he went to the losers bracket very early, so he's had to play so much. He's had to play so much to make it back to this spot. He's at the very end of his journey. Can he make it is the question. I will let M18 and Nani just reign supreme. Coming from really just the privileged spots over here, because the later down the winners bracket that you lose, the better. Especially here at the very end. If you lose here, then it's just, okay, you immediately go into the final match. If you lose at the very beginning, you're gonna have to do so many matches to make your way back here, comparatively. You know, it is a chance anyway. I know how to solve triple integrals. Do I now? Look, there's a doggy. 926 for that dog! That's insane. Alright, I think they are starting. No, they're not. My mistake. Oh! They are! Do not mess with my math skills. I know how to add sometimes. Well, are they starting? Oh dear. Perhaps they are, perhaps they're not, but until they're ready. Shep knows all the finale numbers by heart, enough to get masters in calculus. I'm gonna get a doctorate in calculus. Is that a thing? I learned to count the 6 on the other day. Get on my level, noobs. I've learned to count up to 8 because that's the finale buffs. Like 1 finale buff, 2 finale buff, 3 finale buff. There's no doctorates in math. I mean in calculus. No shot. I see. So you can't get a doctorate. Wild. Finale numbers are pointless. Just get lucky and crit it. What the game deems most funny. True. Alright, we're going into the match this time. So here we go. Can he get the comeback? What does he pick? He picks Jester WD, and his opponent brings the Chef Stress 5 with the Arbalest. So not the easiest of matchups whatsoever. But that Flagellant has Reclaim and Reign of Sorrow, so no punish. Maybe it won't matter all that much. Oh, there's double stun res on that Man-at-Arms. Oh, that's really not ideal. That Arbalest has Snuff on Nani's side. Why Snuff? I mean, WD was still available for name unavailable, that's true. So, hey, isn't the game a little... Alright, that's better. It's been around for a while. Damn! Why no dog crits now? Sounds cringe. So there's an immediate regen after that big sniper shot actually onto the Man-at-Arms. And here's the thing, even though that Man-at-Arms has 2 stun resistance trinkets, he's not that tanky. Well, of course he's going to immediately start going for defenders, there's going to immediately be regens, and of course the Arbalest is going to heal him if any sort of pressure comes through. But he's not that tanky generally. He's generally not that tanky. So there could be a lot of pressure coming through because his trinkets do not give him any sort of defense against direct damage or against DOT. So that's always a possibility. There's going to be an immediate slam onto that Flagellant. Does not get it. But wait, who gets to go first? Ah, his opponent does. His opponent does. So he's going to heal the Flagellant here. And had that not been the case, a crit Dirk Stab might have resulted in just the immediate finale here. But it could be a bit early. Could be a bit early to drop the finale. He's considering whether he should go Ballad. And he decides to just go for a solo. That is insane. Goes for a solo, basically meaning that he can't really get hit with a Manacles. Oh, the crit regen for 12. Well, at this point, you really need to kill that. You really need to kill that. That Flagellant. The Arbalest does not have suppressing fire. She has her sniper shot instead. I've wasted enough of my life learning that crap. You'll not stand for mathematical misinformation. Should have gone for Yuri Carnival Mask. You know what? I played it today. It's actually kinda based. It's kinda good. It hits all the time, it gets all the debuffs, and it does a bit of stress too on top. It's pretty good. But yeah, there's going to be a stun there regardless of the 55 dodge, so that's really fortunate for his opponent. But let's keep in mind here that with that Arbalest not having suppressing fire, with that Flagellant not having punish, if he really just manages to kill the Man-at-Arms and the Abomination, he kinda just wins, right? At least it feels like that. If he manages to kill either of those two, or both of those, he just wins. But killing those is gonna be rough. Wait, is this Immortal Arbalest? What the hell? No, it's Chef Stress 5. It's kinda good. It's kinda good. Oh, the sniper shot into the mark! Oh, that's a death's door. That is a death's door. He's gonna have to heal here. Decides against it. Just goes for the Holy Lance, causing pressure back onto that Flagellant. Who's gonna get the kill first? There could be another sniper shot. There's a command buff. Would he just go for the 55? No, he's not that cool. He's not cool enough to just go for the 55 kill. It would be funny. It would be funny if we saw that, but no, sadly not. He's not gonna gamble on the 55. Wow, it's gonna be another solo, is it? Alright, solo number 2, Electric Boogaloo. 70 dodge Jester. Can you hit the 70 dodge Jester? Nani presents the challenge, throws the gauntlet, or rather the musical note, at his opponent. There's going to be another command buff if he really wants to hit this Jester. With those manacles, which fair enough. Is he going to heal that Jester though? Gets hit with 70 dodge, by the way. Watch. Maybe. You never know. Now this Abomination from Nani could go for just the manacles on the enemy A-bomb. It would be some decent damage. Or he could go for something else. Definitely not a slam. I mean, he could go for a slam Holy Lance into another solo for the 85 dodge, but that would be a bit insane. Goes for the manacles, gets a very juicy crit 14 on it. This means that the Arbalist can flare now, but even if she does that, I mean, there's still Sniper Shots and Holy Lance, right? So that's gonna be huge, and she indeed does flare, but flares, that means the Abomination still has his turn. I can just barely see it. There could be just an immediate Sniper Shot, bringing that A-Bomb really low on HP. Crit 14 stuns are fair. Yeah, totally. The Arbalist can heal as well. Decides to go for the heal with the Arbalist, which is honestly a bit surprising. I thought it would have been a heal with the Crusader, so then the Arbalist could flare the stun away. But I guess there would just be another Manacles. Okay, 70 dodge. 70 dodge, is it enough? There's 2 command buffs. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's 8 damage as well. Oh, that is disgusting. Who said 70 dodge? It's gonna get hit? Yeah. I mean, look at that. The Manacles has 110 accuracy base. Then there's the... oh wow, that's a death store. There's 2 command buffs and there's a Wretch's Cloak, so that's 160 accuracy on that Manacles. 160 accuracy Manacles. It was a 90 to hit against 70 dodge. Like, it's just not happening. He could go for another flare here. He is at the store now. That Abomination, so his hit chance is not as good. So if he goes for the flare here, the chance that he actually lands the Manacles is, well, it's only an 80. Only an 80. Does he hit? 70 dodge. 70 dodge, by the way, but there's a 25 that a kill happens. There's also Zealous. There's Zealous and there's Slam. Which will he go for? Goes for the Zealous. 25! Doesn't get the kill, but gets an Affliction. The Affliction might do something for him. Misses the... how the hell did he miss the Men-at-Arms, though? That's odd. Zealous, Zealous, Zealous! Fails the 25 though. Doesn't say no to the heal. The Transform Slam could do enough damage, but it would push the Flagellant to position 2. Not that it makes too much of a difference. I mean, he's not gonna go Rain here, and he doesn't have Punish, so...
gnawing uncertainty.
Here goes the Slam, 8 damage, it's not enough, the 30 Prot is just too much. Doesn't get the push, despite it being a 90, that is really awkward. It not being a push despite it being a 90, that means that the A-Bomb can keep just annoying the Jester, really. There's going to be a regen on there, and now the Jester is going to pass his turn. I'm not sure if the A-Bomb still has all his command buffs. No, he only has 1 now, and he is afflicted. I don't know what affliction he has, but... there goes the Redeem. There's still, I think, only 2 Finale buffs. So it would be 11 to 20 damage, but he is at this door, so it should be 9 to 18. So really not enough to justify going for it at the moment. But he does have the crit buff, so... beautiful. Oh, it's 10 to 18 actually. What's the crit chance on it? Oh, 73 to hit. That's really sad. Crit chance at 33. He wants to go for it. I see he wants to go for it, does he? He's running out of time. Oh! Oh, he goes for the Jammy Man finale, but doesn't get it. The Fearful moves back to safety. And goes for the Beast File. That's just an ouch. That's really an ouch. There truly is no justice in this world, is there? Yeah, that is an ouch. That is an ouch, I feel. But there's a crit sniper shot on the Flagellant. Like, can you imagine if that were the finale? It would have been GG, basically. Because then he still has all this pressure going on that Flagellant. But he might still be able to kill the Flagellant here, I mean, let's be honest. There's still a good chance that he kills the Flagellant. He can go for a Slam here, even. To apply the Guard Break. He can go for a Rage and then a Zealous. If the Crusader guards.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
It's just his days, though. Finale outcomes are what's funniest, but I think a solo there would have been really funny. I mean, a solo landing the crit now with that finale would have been really funny. It's what's funniest for... oh! The 20% though! The 20% does come through! Okay, relax. 20%, no Flagellant, game on! Gaming is on. The Abomination is fearful, he has a lot of stress on him. There's gonna be another Beast File. 0-0. He might be Barak. But now his Crusader can't really do too much, let's be honest. His Crusader doesn't really have too much to do. He's gonna heal the Jester. There's no more finale on that Jester, sadly. Should have been transforming. I think he could have transformed and done something else. Yeah, I do agree with David here. I do agree he could have been transforming, and now the horror on that Jester would have been absolutely destructive, especially considering the Wretch's Cloak on that Abomination. He could have transformed the previous round and done something with that. Oh, the dodge against the sniper shot. That's massive. He can go for the stun here, but it's a 20%. Shouldn't he just be going Zealous and potentially attritioning the corpse and getting something else done? Oh. And goes for the 20%, doesn't get it. Now that the dodge is away, he gets the freaking sniper shot dodge. Yeah, it's wild. How does that happen? No one can explain it to you. Well, the Abomination can now de-transform Bile, which would be very interesting. There's going to be an immediate sniper shot onto the Arbalest, though. I mean, I'm not sure if I agree with this move, because I can't really see what kind of pressure she's on, but she's under. But yeah, there could have just been. There is the exotic snuff damage buff, so that was one of the ideas. But if you had dropped the beast pile first, that Abomination would have been repulsing into a pile now. And the extra strength, I mean, considering he's at 160, the extra strength could be making a difference there from the Abomination. But he has decided against it. So he's probably going to be going for a different line of thought here, just Holy Lance like the Arbalest doing something of the likes. Does the minimum amount of damage, so that's really unfortunate, but he does seem to be going for that sort of move. He hasn't really taken too much stress. Is there a 15 back? No, there's a 12. So the Abomination stays alive for now. He's thinking of going for a slam, but his chance of success is really not that good. Gets a crit on it, but still doesn't get the slam. A bit of stress though. Snuff is cool. Let Nanny cook. 2 damage. No Hemlock, nothing of the likes to do a bit more damage to that man-at-arms. And while he's guarding, he's pretty much immune to damage at this point. Really needs... oh, there's going to be a Manacles there. That's just enough to bring the Crusader down. There could be a Flare to get rid of the debuffs and the dazes and all that, but if he does that, he might just immediately die to 25. And you bet Nani's going for it if he has a chance. Or rather, name. But this definitely still feels winnable for Nani, surprisingly. He's gonna go for a Flare. Gets rid of the stun, the debuffs, and the daze. Extra stress as well. He just wants to dance. Is there a 25? There isn't. He lives. The Crusader is alive. He might go Virtuous as well with that Crusader, so that's something that you can always look forward to. Yeah, he should be going Bile Zealous, shouldn't he? I think so as well. I think he should be going Bile Zealous. I think he should have biled like 2 rounds ago even. Is he gonna bile now? No, stop doing it! Okay, goes for the slam. What now? Now he goes for the Dirk Stab on the Man-at-Arms. I don't know. I don't know, Chief. He could very well just be going Bile here. And I mean, now he can Bile into 2 characters, right? If the A-bomb was still... Oh, there's not enough damage. If the A-bomb were still in 3... Well, now it has to be the Bile, right? Like, there's no better move here. No shot. No shot. What is he doing? Why doesn't he just bile? If he biles, that's half of the Man-at-Arms HP gone. Maybe even gets the Blight and the stress on the A-bomb. I don't get it. What is he doing? Oh, ay. I don't understand. I mean, he clearly wants to slam to get the Arbalest to position 3 where he can maybe kill her, right? But, oh my god, now he misses. He wants to maybe get the Arbalest to 3 where he can get the kill on her. But if he does that, he's just gonna get, like, the chance that he gets the push is unlikely already. And after that, I mean, what can he do after that? It's not gonna be good anyway. The auto de-transform means that he can transform again, unless he's already used both transformations, but I don't believe he has. Oh, the crit heal on himself. He wants the abusive damage. David, why couldn't have you enlightened us sooner? Yeah, I really wish you had enlightened us sooner. Well, now the Arbalist is finally in position 3, so now there can be pressure onto her. Goes for the manacles on the Abomination here, definitely the move. And I mean, at this point, like, the Arbalist doesn't have stress moves, Man-at-Arms is guarding every other turn. The Abomination goes for a heal here, but I see some very decent damage numbers on his opponent's side. You can go for a Holy Lance, you can go for a Sniper Shot, whatever he does, like, it's gonna hurt. If it lands, of course, there is a Death Star debuff there, and it misses. Ay, ay, ay. Why does he go for the Crusader turn? And not the Arbalist turn. Finally, the transformation comes through from Name Unavailable. Gonna go for a slam, pushing the Crusader back, but doesn't do enough damage with it. It doesn't do enough damage. A Bola now could potentially get some knockbacks.
Act now.
Nani has more heals. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. 8 to 10. 8 to 10? No, 6 to 10. 8 to 10 would have been outrageous. Please don't 37 Man-at-Arms. The Man-at-Arms has 70 prot, while the Abomination has 0. I genuinely don't understand why he would be Dirk stabbing the Man-at-Arms instead of the Abomination at this point, but you know what? Shut up, Shepherd Doggy. Let them cook. Let them cook. He's still in this match. You probably would have surrendered after failing the finale, so let him cook. And let's see what he can pull off here. That bell is very close to getting the entire team for Nani afflicted. So, but the Crusader could still go virtuous. He has no self-sustain. I know, but the Arbalist might save him or something. Here comes the Bile! At last! A freaking Bile comes down, and that's enough duty to bring the Man-at-Arms down to 0 in a few rounds. So at freaking last, and the Arbalist is gonna go Fearful. That's actually bad. She might move back now with her Fearful and be able to get a heal off. That would be very unfortunate. But if she doesn't, and she wants to Bola, she's gonna have to Bola into her past. So I mean, who's the stress team here? Right? Who's the stress team here? It feels like Nani is. He's done more stress than his opponent has. But of course, the A-bomb transformations are gonna be quite rough. There goes the crit manacles. That's actually really bad for the extra stress and all that it does. Also lowering her in HP too. It might be a Holy Lance now, 6 to 10. And the Man-at-Arms is dropping to their store the next time he acts. 188 stress on that Abomination as well. My voice has been fluctuating a tad. That's probably just how close I am to the mic. I'm kind of just moving around a bit. Okay, there's a crit Sniper Shot. I don't believe there will be a Virtue, or else you would have seen it. Yeah, it's so hopeless. A Virtue there would have been massive for Nani.
No hope at all.
So she biled into the repulse, but didn't get blighted, huh? It's a bit unfortunate. Going to Dirk stab the Man-at-Arms just to put him down to 0 immediately, which is a bit surprising. Because the Arbalist will just heal anyway, right? Not killing that Jester post finale. Yeah, I mean, he's been chilling. The Arbalist goes irrational. It's round 11.
Gasping. Taken over the edge into madness.
The Arbalist is causing a bit of stress. Goes for the heal 11. It's not that much, but it is enough to save him for a bit. The only way to have it not save him would be... Wow. Wow, that's insane. Wow. He just dies to the 25 on the self-hit. Just the immediate 25. That's crazy. How does that happen? In what world does that happen? Seriously, in what world does that happen? Just immediate affliction, doesn't get the virtue, gets immediate affliction, immediate self-hit, immediate 25. What are the chances of that? Now he only does 47 damage because he didn't manage to get the heal off with the Crusader. Thankfully, he still gets the crit on that sniper shot, so he might get the kill now with the Dirk Stab on that Man-at-Arms. But that's insane because that removes his big heal and stun advantage, right? So now he's equal on heals and he's equal on stuns. Goes for the 60, gets the kill. Is there extra stress on the Man-at-Arms dying? There is. The Abomination has a heart attack. He has to heal himself now. Perhaps not ideal because a Transform Rage could have killed him. But I'm not sure if the Save-Bomb even has transformations left. He had one Death Star check before. Ah, he did. That's true. He did survive a sniper shot. Oh, the immediate pass! The immediate pass, but there's no stress moves for Nani here. There is no stress moves anymore. Hits the Jester. That's actually a really big hit. He's gonna go for the Manacles there on the Arbalist. That's a guaranteed stun. He should still get the W here, despite all the shenanigans that have gone down this match. It's insane. And name and available surrenders after that. I think a bit of a premature surrender, honestly. I think he shouldn't have done that, but he does end up surrendering, and Nani is actually going to take the W after all the BS that happened that match. At this point, I didn't even know what planet I was living on. Like, that was insane, but he manages to take it, and he is still in the run. He is still in it to win it. He can still make a comeback, and it is now 1-2. Big GG's to Nani for sure. Yeah, it was really passive. I don't think he even got both transformations off. He really had to transform after the Jester finale. Like, just get that affliction going. Sometimes it's better to keep your mental for the next game instead of trying and very likely failing to win that game. Well, that's one way of seeing it, but I mean, you don't lose mental by playing longer, right? I guess it depends on what kind of person you are, but I feel like if there's a chance of winning, you should go for it. Don't really lose anything by trying. The transform pass. Yeah, I think the transform pass would have been a move. I do think so. So let's update the scores and all. So it is now 1-2. Nani on his way to a comeback, potentially. And now there is no more Jester WD. And there is no more Chef Stress 5. Which was really just a good matchup for him, right? So what should have been a good matchup. Wait, why did it move so much? Get back there. So now, in terms of the teams that are remaining for both players, there's only two teams left for either player. It's Oppressive Arbalist and Septic Tank for Nani, and it's WD and Immortal Musketeer for Name and Available. So in terms of how these matchups go, Shep, where is it starting soon? It's gone! It's gone! I removed it. It's gone. I don't have to add it just yet. We're not doing Oh, he lost track. Hang on. Let me take a screenshot. Nani lost track of the teams. That's funny. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and send it to him. No finale for Immortal though. That's right, there's no finale, but there is Guardbreak. Or, you know, just a lot of DOT. So really, it is, So regardless of what happens, we might get to see an Immortal Musketeer. Right? If we go to a final match, we will get to see an Immortal Musketeer. Every team will be played. But, yeah, between the Oppressive Arbalist and the Septic Tank, so here's how it goes. WD probably, well, very likely beats Oppressive Arbalist, and it probably loses to Septic Tank. So that's kind of like a 50-50 on the matchups. Immortal Musketeer, I'd say Immortal Musketeer maybe has like a slightly losing matchup to Oppressive Arbalist, like slightly losing, and I'd say like equal to the Septic Tank basically. I really haven't seen enough of that matchup, but I think it's going to be like equal, because they can both be very defensive in the way they're played, and the riposte will continuously apply, the riposte from the Abomination on the Immortal Musketeer will continuously apply pressure onto the Septic Tank. While the Septic Tank can heal, sure, it's going to stay topped off at at all times because of that Rejuvenating Vapors, but it cannot heal the stress. Unless Nani brings Endure. If he wants to bring Septic Tank with Endure, that's pretty much a guaranteed win. If he wants to play Endure Flagellant for the stress heal, because there is no way that Name Unavailable ever breaks through, unless Name Unavailable plays his own variation of the Immortal Musketeer, which we saw a couple days ago, which had a more aggressive Flagellant than what the Immortal Musketeer usually has. So you can play those 4 characters differently to what you'd expect the archetype to be. You can struggle against Septic, how it depends on the riposte damage. And it hitting as well, right? Because if the doggy has like 72 dodge and is just spamming carries, unless there's like 2 command buffs, then there's not even going to be a chance of hitting that dog. Endure is totally throwing against LED. Yeah, totally. I mean, in that case, he just goes no aggressive moves. He goes Regen, he goes Reclaim, he goes Endure, and he doesn't even bring Rain or Punish. Keeps the Exsanguinate and Redeem. I do think he likes best the Septic Tank, but he can change it around. This is Losers Finals. Yeah, this is the Losers Finals, so after this will be the Grand Finals. So both people here have already lost this tournament. You could have been here, David. You could have. Alright, I'm going to take a very short break, so I'm gonna put the starting soon on after all, so whoever said starting soon was indeed correct, while the players still think as to what they want to bring. So I'll see you all very shortly. I make my grand return. You love having two screens. You're gonna start a game of Frostpunk while waiting. God, I hate not having two screens. Having two screens would be peak. Your two screens are your laptop and phone. Same, man. Exact same. I'm reading the chat on my phone. This is some peak live streaming. See, I really wonder what both players are gonna do, honestly. I mean, if I were name unavailable, I'd play WD. Yeah, I'd play WD, I think. Because you have a very good matchup and you have a very bad one, but it's a 50-50, right? Well, the other one has two, like, slightly bad ones, I feel. Alright. Here we go, getting right into it once more. Match 4 of this best of 5. For me, it's just me having Discord on my second screen, though. That's also base. Also, not a surprise at all, considering all the screenshots he posts. Looks like it's gonna be Immortal Musketeer versus Septic Tank, meaning that if this match goes through, the final match will be Oppressive Arbalest into WD. So there's Cry Havoc! Cry Havoc! Oh, Nani, I'm so stupid. Why did I say Endure when you have Cry Havoc? That's crazy. So yeah, Septic Tank should just be a free win here, unless, you know, things go very, very poorly. But let's see, what does his opponent have? He has Flagellant with the Crimson Hook and the Rain of Sorrows, so he definitely has that possibility. His own Flagellant is very aggressive, and the rest of his opponent's team seems to be very defensive with just the usual Immortal Musketeer stuff, right? That's what it looks like. Boosting the activity there by 1000% just with my presence. Is this the YAR patch? No, Gonzo, this is not the YAR patch. We're not gonna see freaking Cry Havoc healing 30 stress on yourself or something crazy like that. Suffer would have been good vid, though. Suffer would have been good. Yeah, it would have been good as well. Wow, the Flash was just going for the immediate reclaim, really just scared of that Rain of Sorrows pressure happening. And now the doggy is just gonna go for a guard dog on this man-at-arm. So what this basically means is the enemy Abomination misses the doggy and does 0 stress to the man-at-arms. Doesn't apply the dot, or sometimes applies the dot, but even if he does, the anti-current just regens way more than his opponent is capable of doing damage. Also, in terms of that anti-current, she has the Tears of the Lost and she has the Material Pestis, meaning that she can both go for the regen and for the offense if she feels like it. There's gonna be more Ring of Sorrows coming down. It's a lot of dot coming through and the tiniest bit of stress. But yeah, it's really just the dot that's going to be very difficult for his opponent to keep up, and he's gonna have to use his Flagellant to keep up with the dot. So that means that the Flagellant is never gonna be able to be aggressive. It means only the Abomination is able to be aggressive, and not even having the Regis Cloak means that his aggression is just never gonna be enough. I feel this just feels like it's lost already for the Immortal Musketeer. Well, it just feels completely lost because there's been nothing done. There has to be ranging shots. Ranging shots will add accuracy, but I don't know how he's ever gonna be capable of doing this. Will there be rejuvenating vapors? Will there be festering? There's gonna be festering vapors instead. That's a pretty big repulse on there. I think after this it's gonna be rejuve. Feels like that for me, but yeah. Both players are just very good on the defense here, but I feel like Nani or this matchup is better on the defense than his opponent is going to be. But we'll see. The teams look very similar in terms of the front lines, but it's the other characters. The girl boss is girl bossing at the moment. And yeah, there's the immediate regen. And it's just going to be impossible to deal with. It just does way too much regen. The Flagellant cannot go for the Rain of Sorrows. The Flagellant on name and available side. Running Tears and Materia, exactly. It's hella based. Hella based. Did this dude just play Immortal Arbalist into Immortal Musketeer? Yeah, he did. He did. Giving 30 dodge. Guard Dog, Cry Havoc. Guard Dog, Cry Havoc. Yeah, it would have been massive. So here comes the stress heal, and it heals stress on... Oh, only 2! Cry Havoc sucks. That's kind of... Okay. Let us calm down, because remember that Cry Havoc is a trash ability, right? It doesn't get used for good reason. This is it. It only heals stress on 2 characters. So that's... And it doesn't do anything else than heal stress. It doesn't do minus stress. It doesn't do accuracy like the Musketeer does. Yeah, it's per user. But it's an 88, right? How did it fail on half the team? How unlucky is that? Look at the stress adding up. It's already like 40. Now here goes more regen. Thanks, Red Hook. Very cool. It needed to be different. It just needed to be different. So here comes maybe another stress heal, maybe another guard dog, because every time he goes for the stress heal, he is losing dodge. Yeah, I don't think this stress heal is enough. Like, I have seen the stress heal be very massive in the tournament before, but it was used with both the... What do you call it? Both the brass bugle and with the other trinket for the stress healing. The tattered shoe toy. In Vet's Tortoise, I don't think so, honestly. I mean, maybe. I think it's just the Crusader that stress heals, though. I think the doggy just spams Harry. I mean, just spams guard dog, and whenever he can not guard dog, he just goes Harry. Because Cry Havoc just really isn't a good move. Oh, the Flagellant's at 0 HP. Musketeer might have to heal him here. Or else it could be a 20. Yeah, she goes for the heal. I mean, if there's a 20 here, it's just GG, obviously. So, goes for the heal on there. But if she's using turns on that, I mean, she's not using turns on the anti-stress, but Nani's not really doing that much anti-stress. I mean, not really doing that much stress. But those characters are definitely eating a lot of dots. So, the Man-at-Arms is being forced to guard. Some DOT going to the Man-at-Arms too, but it's going to be easier said than done. Wow, 14! That's actually a lot. That's a lot of DOT on the Man-at-Arms. The Flagellant only has 5 heals, so they won't last forever. Is there going to be a stress heal now? No, it's another guard dog. Now, the afflictions will also matter a lot for Nani if he's not going to be spamming the guard dogs here. I feel like he's already given up on it. He's just going to be spamming, spamming the Cry Havoc. Wow, 92 dodge and gets hit with a crit. That is exceptionally unlucky. That means there's going to be more rejuvenating vapor, so yeah, it feels like this is going to be just the game plan here. The doggy can't go virtuous, sadly. Oh, what if Cry Havoc gave virtue chance? 5% virtue chance for every character, each time it's used. Oh, that would be big. Oh, double crit Rain of Sorrows. No, why did he keep the Antiquarian turn for last? So because he did that means the Flagellant just free to get a Rain of Sorrows off here. I mean, he didn't keep the Antiquarian turn for last, he kept the Man-at-Arms turn for last. Meaning that now he has to guard the dog with the Man-at-Arms. Oh, his plans are being thwarted by the Immortal Musketeer. And now she's just free to heal him. That's really unfortunate. Oh, with a big... Oh! That's actually... All of that is actually amazing for Nani. He wants to be hit here. He wants to be hit that hard because now he can actually use his other 2 abilities. But But yeah, a double crit Rain of Sorrows is very, very massive. That's a lot of DOT that I don't think the Musketeer has the necessary capabilities to deal with. So a Bellow even is going to be coming down now for the stress. And I do agree with the spell. Every bit of stress you can do is good. Especially considering the Musketeer is going to be having to heal now instead of stress healing. But the problem is that doggy has just eaten a lot of pressure. He's eaten way more pressure. Oh, but he went Fearful, didn't he? So he has 102 dodge now. The Flagellant drops another Acclaim. The Antiquarian, I think he wants to go Festering. Nah, no way. Is gonna go for the regen. The dog can't say no. Because it's a regen. For some reason you can't say no to regen in the Butcher's Circus. Hey, Nodens, nice to see you. Keeps leaving him AF last, letting him not use Flash abilities. Yeah, at this point the Flagellant wasn't dropping to their store, but okay, here comes the Cry Havoc. Stress heals everyone! Look at that! 50 stress heal total. Spaghetti Code is the reason. Possibly, yeah, quite possibly. So another Resmile coming down. Oh my god, can you stop critting this dog? You don't even have a good hit chance. Genuinely, you don't even have a good hit chance against him. You have like command buffs, maybe 2 command buffs and maybe 1 ranging shot for like an extra 50 accuracy, but should be like a 50-50 to hit considering the amount of dodge he has with Fearful and still one of the guard buffs up and the bolster. And the 2 dodge trinkets. It's actually insane how much that guy is hitting considering he doesn't even have the Wretch's Cloak. So another regen comes down onto this doggy. The Flagellant can still use his heals if he wants. The enemy Flagellant drops to their store. He's gonna have to use one of his heals now. He's gonna go redeem onto the Musketeer. That's 1 redeem down. Great heal for 66. How completely unnecessary. My favorite kind of crit heal. So the doggy is taking 1 DOT. Moves back. That's actually very good. Heals himself, which I feel is unnecessary. Should have brought Plague Doctor. Put emboldenings on Ava, can you imagine? There's gonna be a heal now onto that Abomination. He has to do stress. The Flagellant can use his heals, but this is kind of his last opportunity. Or else he's not really gonna be able to use them. Oh, there are 3 command buffs over there. So yeah, it does kind of make sense that he's converting this much. So it goes for a punish rather than the Rain of Sorrows this time around, which I have to disagree with. I feel like he has to keep pushing the Rain. I feel like he has to keep... I mean, he is a bit scared that the Bile just brings him to their store and he immediately dies. I think that's the reason. I think he saw like plus 75% damage on that backline or something. So now some of the buffs must be gone. So yeah, it's only 11 HP. So now he's free to go for more Rain of Stars, but he has to keep doing that stress. Has to keep making it so the Musketeer has to keep going for the stress heals and unable to heal herself. Let the Flagellant be the only one trying to keep the other characters alive, and just by himself he might not be able to do it. Gonna go for a guard dog on the Antiquarian. I'm not sure, Chief. I'm not sure, but he goes for it. I'm not sure. That means the Bile can now still hit the doggy. Oh, goes for the aim shot and lands it. Lands the aim shot. He's gonna have to guard. Unless he wants to just die. 82 dodge is non-existent. He's looking at the snuff. Nani, don't look at the snuff. Look at the game plan. He's gonna go for the guard. Bile crit into insta-death blow? Nah, that never happens. So the Abomination is gonna go for his turn again. Another Beast Bile. Hits for 3 and for 0. Keep in mind, this Antiquarian might go Virtuous. Keeps spamming regen, keeps spamming regen. No. Alright, keeps spamming the regen. That's really his only way of dying here. It's to the damage. He needs to keep doing pressure. Here comes another Rain of Sorrows. Oh. He's free to drop the Rain of Sorrows here. How the hell? What is this Flagellant been doing? Keep up the tempo. Keep up the tempo, Mr. Flagellant. He's spelling bleeds on the enemy men-at-arms. That's why he's gotten this much time to be aggressive. So here goes another command buff. Yeah, he's spamming it. Oh, crit for 5! That's big, that's a lot of stress. I mean, looks like it would be a lot of stress, but it isn't that much. This is being more exciting than I thought it would be. Drain of Sorrows coming through, still not going for the reclaim, it's just being max aggression. Almost a resolve check on the Antiquarian. If she goes virtuous, it would be massive. I mean, massive. And going for this rejuvenating vapor. It goes for. I don't know. He goes for the protect me. Kind of worried of being hit with a manacles here, I imagine. But I really hate this. I really hate letting go of the rejuvenating vapors. Like, if he just keeps rejuvenating vapors, he's fine, right? Even if he gets hit with a manacles there, that would mean the riposte goes away, that would mean the beast files slow down, and even if he does get hit, then he can guard with the doggy, because he would be regening up to 9 HP, and guard for having insane amounts of HP. So going for the protect me here just feels like slowing down, but at the same time, I mean, the Abomination is even dropping to this story, so I don't know. At the same time, this means that the Flagellant now has dodge and the Flagellant now has broad, meaning that you can freely spam the Rain of Stars without ever having to worry about dropping to this store from the repulse and being immediately killed by 20%. So it does make sense in that regard. And the immediate Rain of Stars being brought right back, yeah, Name Unavailable has paid a lot to get this pressure going on Nani's backline. He's paid so much to get it going. He's had to go for commandos, he's had to sacrifice his guards, he's had to sacrifice his reclaims, and he's paying a lot for it. At this point, just go faster, but he drops another region. We're still only in round 10. Yeah, this is gonna last a while. This is gonna last a while. So there's a crit heal there. Bit of stress being dealt, but not enough to really justify anything. There is a command buff. Goes for the Hound's Harry. That's a fair bit of stress being dealt. Fair bit. That means that the A-bomb is still dropping, I imagine. Where's the skip forward button? Where's the skip forward button? The Abomination has to go for the second absolution. This time only for 13. Man-at-Arms is going Bellow. He doesn't need to guard that doggy anymore, but he could be keeping up with the command buffs. I'm not sure. He's losing them. 20. It was 20. I couldn't see, but it was a lot. The Musketeer's at this door. She has to go for the self-heal. Affliction might be coming through very soon. She's still guarded by the doggy. Oh no! You gotta run out of vision. Goes for another Festering Vapors. That is an Affliction. How much DOT is that A-bomb taking? I'm not sure if it's enough. I forgot this is YouTube, not Twitch. I can literally rewind. Wait, you can't rewind on Twitch? Right, Twitch sucks! Yeah, you can't rewind on there. You can rewind here. Imagine using Twitch when YouTube clearly exists. The tournament is still going on! Lol, says J-Man. Yeah, I mean, it's round 11, no one has died. Nice to see you, J-Man. Twitch sucks. Also, this fearful doggy just does not care. He's been fearful for like 5 rounds and he hasn't passed once. He did like an act out for moving back and an act out for a bit of stress. That's it. Okay, looks like Name Unavailable is realizing, well, my entire team is freaking dead and dying, so I might as well start going for heals with my Flagellant. I have to expend the healing here if I want to get something done, but it feels like Nani's position is a lot better than what it was before. He has Weather the Storm, potential Stormy reference. He has Weather the Storm and now he's on the driver's seat here. There's going to be a heal from that Musketeer onto the Abomination. He wants to get some HP going so he can get right back to the Beast Smile spam, but oh, just immediate crit. Fails the Blight, but still a lot of DOT with that bleed. Yeah, it looked very rough for a second, let's be honest, but it's looking better now. Still hits the Blight on the 82 dodge doggy. The rain crits are relentless. Every rain is a crit, isn't it? Yeah, it feels like that. Also, what affliction did that musketeer get? If she passes like one turn, she dies. Well, maybe. There is no finisher, but it's a 25. No more absolution either. We might really be going for a final match. No way Mortal Musketeer is getting the second affliction first. Yeah, Mortal Musketeer getting outstressed really is rare with that ranging shot. Flagellant still has his command buff, doesn't really need more than one to hit. The Man-at-Arms has dropped his guard, the Musketeer drops to their store but has no act out. She self-heals for 12. Reign of Sorrows immediately drops her again. Reign of Sorrows dropped onto the Abomination as well. It's lagging a bit because of Nani's internet or laptop, I don't know. Alright, we're back. Now, the heal from the Flagellant might save her a bit, but this time he has to go for a heal. He goes for a Redeem onto the Abomination, just doing everything he can to keep the V-Smile up. It's really the only thing outputting pressure. The Google slide presentation is back! A bit of stress being dealt. Does he go Harry? I mean, there's a riposte on there. There's a riposte on there. Wouldn't Cry Havoc be the safer, perhaps even wiser move? Could also just guard again for the dodge, but goes for the Cry Havoc. Big stress heal, 60 total. So yeah, I mean, this backline, one heals HP, the other heals stress. And what can you do? Well, you can keep piling into it and somehow hitting it. Stream sniping! Nah, he's not. He's not stream sniping. Oh, the crit riposte though. For 0, but... Another Reign of Sorrows means that Musketeer... Oh, I don't think she's dropping just yet, but she's gotta be very close. Oh, I think she resisted one of the bleeds actually. Crit 0, huge! Bellows coming through, that's almost another 2 afflictions. Getting close. Even with the numbing instances and the bolster and the ranging shots. She has to go for a ranging shot now. Oh, she moves forward on the act out. Buckshot might be the move at this point. Potentially knock that Man-at-Arms back. Oh, knocks 2 back. Actually, so the Antiquarian is stuck in 1. Why does Red Hook not bother making crit 0 and actually displayed message? I don't know, probably just to make it look silly or something. Was that another crit 0? No way. Do the character act out stress also get reduced? They do. They also get reduced. Well, no, not for the crit. I think he's talking more about the anti-stress. For a crit, it doesn't get reduced. No, just because it's a 0. No, it's still a crit.
Grievous injury.
So there's a Reign of Sorrows being dropped there. The Man-at-Arms is almost going afflicted. I mean, both are, but this is probably a command buff turn. What did Antiquarian do? Did she just go festering in 1? Yeah, she did. She just went festering vapors from position 1. She's in slightly tough spot. Musketeer says no to the command. I mean, she's not really that much. She's not really in a tough spot when you look at the other characters, or rather the characters on the other side. They're in a tough spot. She's not really. Another crit from that Reign of Sorrows. It's just crit after crit after crit. It's insane. I don't think it's that close. I think this is a win for Nani.
Wherefore, heroism.
Name Available gets his turn back, drops to their store with the Musketeer. It's gonna be a patch up. I still don't know what her affliction is. But it seems to have minus dodge. Because she has 0. Step, I need help with a math problem. Command buff plus command buff equals crits! Command buff plus command buff equals crits! Has there been 2 command buffs though? Oh, she's masochistic. Oh, that's really bad. She keeps dropping to this door. How has she not hit herself yet?
Hope to withstand such
Nameless's flag is much more spent now. Definitely. Nani hasn't used a thing. He's legit used nothing. His opponent just surrenders as the match is clearly just headed towards defeat and just hard counterpicked. The Septic Tank, like I said, just a free win here, regardless of what you played it into. Just a free win, right? It just felt like one. So now it is going to be on to the final match of this best of 5. Which is wild. This is actually going to a final match. And there's only 2 teams that can be played. Well, there's only 1 team that can be played for either of them. It's going to be Oppressive Arbalist into WD. We're probably gonna see 2 snuffs. I'd at least inflict more IRL stress. He surrendered! Surrendering on a 4v4, yeah, it's insane. 5% virtue chance every time it's used. I'm putting that on the hook, says insert meme here. Please do not put that on the hook. That would be the most ridiculous, disgusting ability ever if it actually worked. Hey Shep, do you know any beginner-friendly teams to start playing the Butcher's Circus? Doggy, Abomination, Men-at-Arms, Crusader. I have a few videos on it, like the best beginner team. I made like 2 videos on that. It's just a team that's kind of not too hard to learn. You kind of just use the stress abilities. And you don't really need the late game trinkets to make it work. Septic Tank for beginner could also work, yeah. Azur played a ton of it. What do you mean noted, Gonzo? You would call Septic Tank brain dead. Do you really think that gameplay we just witnessed was brain dead? Come on. So yeah, now the players don't need to think about what teams they want to pick. They just need to think about the trinkets. Right. I'm looking at Nani's screen. I'm already seeing some ridiculousness. I'm seeing some ultra ridiculous stuff. Oh, Nani only now realizes he was still streaming. Ooh. Ooh, you only now realized. Misplayed before the game. Are we gonna see Stress WD? Like, let's be honest here. Is Stress WD a thing? Because, I mean, you have A-Bomb, you have Crusader, there's no Panic Darts to annoy you, there is Adder's Kiss. Suppressing Fire would be okay. The Bounty Hunter, I don't know, I guess finish him on the enemy Crusader would be good with the Stress trinket. Like, this is genuinely a possible stress WD angle, especially considering that his opponent will probably be expecting like, oh yeah, it's WD, so I'm gonna go full prot. And then he just gets hard countered by the WD. But stress WD. Oh, that's a possibility, right? Stress suppressive Arbalist? There could also be stress suppressive Arbalist. I mean, Crusader spams Zealous, Shieldbreaker spams Expose, Highwayman goes Grave Shot, and the Arbalist is suppressing fire plus support. Nah, suppressing fire is not that bad. I mean, it's kind of sucks, but Nani needs to go open vein. Ooh, that's what we saw in the counter matchup, right? When it was Oppressive Vestal versus WD. The Oppressive Vestal just went open vein and really got so much pressure. Nah, Suppressive Fire doesn't suck. Alright, both players bring Blind Fire. A bad builder blames his tools. Exactly. It does not suck, Rollo. You just need to get in the vibe, get in the suppressing vibe. You'd rather blame Blind Fire. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No way. Now name unavailableness, I'm gonna play Oppressive Arbalist, says Nani. What a disaster. It's Jover. I mean, Jester WD, Halo, and WD with suppressing fire, all in this tournament. See? Carollo, use blind fire playing oppressive Arbalist. Nani would be 100% winning if you could swap Grave Robber for Crusader. I mean, if you could swap Grave Robber. Oh, you mean Carollo dodge? Nah, shut it. No shot. Also, Butcher's Boulevard is here. Epic song. Alright, Nani asks for 5 minutes. So I'm gonna put on the starting soon. Imagine both Crusaders go Bulwark. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, they can play these 4 characters with whatever trinkets, whatever abilities, and whatever positions they freaking want. They can change whatever they want. And and Shep, how doing the whole tournament for 2 days went? It's going awesome! Yeah, here we are in day 3 and it's not even gonna be the end. You felt bad for me. Why did you feel bad for me? I'm not the one playing. I'm just stream kid. I'd be way more stressed if I were playing it. Me and Sire such. The bulwark of the mind has fallen. I only have to worry about crashing streams. Oh god. It shouldn't happen anymore. Now I have my setup way closer to where the internet is actually at, so my stream shouldn't crash anymore. infamous Visage Bounty Hunter with Sanity's Bane is coming. I wish Musketeer had trash accuracy but more damage. That would make her so much more unique. Wouldn't it be kind of the opposite? I mean, the way a musket works, it's relatively accurate, right? More accurate than an arbalist. Than a crossbow, I mean. I'd imagine it's more accurate than a crossbow. Kind of just punches a hole through someone. The bolt would, well, it would just go in and stay there. Musket accuracy IRL is terrible. I mean, how bad is terrible, right? Like, would it miss at like 20 meters away? They're not even that far away. I don't imagine it's anywhere near as good as more modern firearms, but I think it would be more accurate than a crossbow. Muskets IRL have very good accuracy compared to crossbows and bows. It's just bad compared to modern firearms. Yeah, and I imagine you need a lot more, not a lot more practice to actually use a bow. A crossbow should be easier. Toskless is the one behind it all. She really is. Okay, Nani says he's back. Ready when name unavailable is. Oh boy. You were better at archery than shooting IRL. Damn, you've done archery and shooting? Crazy. They were used on the musket rest, which increased their accuracy. Sounds about right. Arbalist is the name of the weapon. Isn't it a crossbow? Or is an arbalist and a crossbow different things? Not worth it. Damn. David Ward coming in. An arbalist is a crossbow. Huh. Toy bow when you were a kid. You had 3 of those. I'm sorry, Crow, I did not have a toy bow when I was a kid. I had actual human toys. Like, I don't know, freaking, what do you call them? Hot Wheels. Oh, we're going into it. We are going into the final match. Shep and his toys. Whoa. Here we are. We're going. And oh my god, it's Suppressive Marbles versus WD. No way. Who could have guessed? Who could have seen it coming? And let's see. What did the trinkets look like? Oh. Name Unavailable has 2 move trinkets on his Bounty Hunter. And 9245 has Bulwark on his Crusader, and he also has the Pit Fighter's helm. So looks like, well, looks like they're really not cooking all that much. They just went for kind of like the usual stuff, really. Yeah, it feels like they just went for the usual stuff, except like just 1 or 2 different trinkets to try and counterpick. They didn't, no one went like, Stress, Stress Arbalist, or Stress Crusader, or Stress A-Bomb, or Grape Shot Spam Highman. Wait, she moved back twice. What does the enemy Arbalist have? I haven't seen it yet. Well, that's going to be a stun. Oh, that Highman does have the setup with the open vein, so we might see that come into play here. Why no Gladiator Helm? Pit Fighter with no Zealous. Yeah, Pit Fighter with no Zealous is very odd, I agree. Could have gone Gladiator Helm or his silly class not trinket. Yeah, he could have. Oh, that Arbalest has both the Snuff and the Piercing Coral. Honestly, in that situation, I feel like Nani has misplayed by going for the pull. Like, it's just a 20%. I feel like at that point, you just go Pierce on either the Abomination or the Bounty Hunter and try to just win from there. But goes for a 20% pull and really just gets nothing done at this point. You can click the Arbalest again to get rid of the stun. Clicking the Arbalest again, maybe shooting the Bounty Hunter for pressure. This is the final match of this best of 5. It has all come down to this. All the hard work that both players put in to potentially get a W. And this is it, is what it all comes down to. Comes down to probably a quite fast match. So Crusader has 55 prot. That's a fair bit. Does that Shieldbreaker have Adder's Kiss is the question. There might be an open vein here. The A-bomb hits for 13. That is a fair bit. Giving it right back to Name and Available. Well, I say right back, but it's been a while. There's going to be another pull. Does it go through? Even against the Snuff, it still goes through. That means there's probably just going to be an Adder's Kiss here. That Snuff is really not doing enough. Who does the Adder's Kiss go on? The Crusader or the A-bomb? It won't blight the A-bomb most likely, but it'll do the damage. It goes for the damage. I'm not sure if I agree with that move. Getting some pressure on the Crusader here could have been just massive. Already 2 moves that I can't really agree with from Nani, and it's looking kind of rough. Because it feels like he hasn't really done too much, while his opponent is actually doing a pretty fair bit. He has his Arbalest stunned in position 1. It goes for the click, still marked. After spits. You're never getting to Shieldbreaker since she doesn't have a move trinket to deal with Arbalest. I mean, she has net, but it's really not enough. It's so over, says Carollo. Not yet. Not yet. It ain't Jover until it's Jover. I mean, this is most definitely a good matchup for the WD, but... what is going to be the move now? It's going to be a Pierce. Pierce for 13. The A-bombs at their store gets a pretty high roll on it. If the Crusader heals, there's an immediate duelist advance. If he doesn't heal, there might be an immediate kill. There could also be an Arbalest heal, but then she doesn't have the shot. So it could just be healing to heal. Oh! 14! Do we get the crit duelist advance though? No, I don't think Nani has the confidence to go for it. Is he gonna move forward? Oh, he's just gonna get stunned then. Yeah, move forward into getting stunned. Lovely. But at least it's better than the Arbalest being stunned at this point. I don't understand not having anti-stun set up when you know that you're playing versus WD. I mean, how anti-stun do you want to go? I guess you could run Sturdy Buckle. You could run Sturdy Buckle, you can run Double Dodge Shieldbreaker, and I guess you could run Crusader with, like, Numbing Instance, maybe? Or Pitfighters? I mean, he already has Pitfighters, I mean, the other thing. He does have Flare. Yeah, I mean, Sturdy wouldn't do enough. He's still gonna get pegged. That's true. Like, he's just gonna die to the damage then. Like, that's just not gonna be enough, I feel. So the Arbalest is dropping to this door here, but she still has her own heal. We got very lucky to apply the blight. Oh, crit for 22, massive. And the mark goes away as well. Actually huge. We got very lucky to apply the blight there on that Abomination, meaning that he is dropping to this door. He's gonna have to go for a heal. Oh, the finish him going through onto that Hard Man at dessert. He gets to go first because for the heal here anyway. Really no reason not to. Well, there kinda is actually. There kinda is. Because if he gets hit now, then... no, he can still go first, but... yeah, he can still go first. The heal makes it so the Abomination isn't dropping. There isn't enough stun resistance on that Arb, even with the Snuff. He crits for 8, which is quite a lot. That A-bomb is still dropping. So he's probably just gonna heal himself. Meaning that Nani is put like in a really difficult spot. kind of has to pray that he gets a stun resist here with his Iron Man. Does he get the stun res? And he does not.
And now the true test.
I think if he had a sturdy buckle, he could have resisted it, but
Fire.
he's gonna have to go for another heal. Yeah, no PBS. Everyone hates PBS in this house.
As life ebbs,
That looks like they're kind of just passing
vistas
turns.
of emptiness reveal themselves.
The High Man is at this door now. Could have gone for the kill that turn, by the way. With the finish him. Could have gone for a Manacles there to bring him back down to this door, and then just to kill with the finish him. Could have done that, but decides against it. Decides to be a bit safer here and gonna go for the self-heal with the Abomination instead. That is one of the things he could have done. He would have probably had a winning matchup after that. So goes for the self-heal here. Probably feels like he can get a better advantage than that. Yeah, 9 from the Pierce, right? Yeah, kinda sucks. The High Man's still at this door. I have to heal him. Pray for the stun res, maybe. Oh, the Shieldbreaker was picked. 9 damage, it's not enough. What was he praying for? At this door? The finish him does not have a guaranteed chance, but it's very likely. Oh, it's a 75 and it doesn't go through. I'm not sure if I agree with the reasoning behind any of this, but it's happened. The High Man, his thread winds on. It's gonna be a sniper shot now. Back to this door. The Gambler, he really is. Bring finisher. I mean, the net has helped, pulling that Arbos and all that, but... Yeah, no finisher. A 75, just... a swing and a miss. Here comes a stunning blow. Does it go through? Yes, it does. But that A-bomb's gonna have to heal himself again. But he is running out of heals. Is he gonna gamble again, is the question. Probably not. Now here goes the Absolution. No crit. 99% of gamblers quit before they win big. Is he gonna gamble again? Nah, he doesn't. He goes for the self-heal. 12. Alright, not the self-heal, but the heal. There goes a sniper shot. Does enough, because that piercing quarrel and the snuff. Might be yet another heal. Can this High Man resist a freaking stun though? That is the question. Crusader's on healing duty. Stunning blow is gonna come down. 8. That's enough. Doesn't get the stun though. Doesn't get the stun this time around. The finish him is a 90 to kill now if it lands. Which isn't guaranteed either. Oh! Goes for the pull on the Arbos. 20%! He gambles and he wins again! The Gambler! The Gambler gets the 20%! Oh my god! 99% of gamblers quit before they win big! Here goes the Manacles. Oh! Oh, that's not ideal. The Higher Man is gone. Can he still do it? This behavior should not be rewarded. The self-heal by the Arbos, is that enough to save her? There's no immediate sniper shot. She is stunned, but she is saved. Now the thing is, if Nani still wants to win this, what he has to do is he needs to equalize the characters. He needs to equalize the characters. He needs to bring that, either the Abomination or the Arbos down to 0, and he needs to win from that. Oh, but there's a crit Holy Lance. Rip Highman, your open win for 12 will never be forgotten. Oh, there could be a puncture crit for 6! Is he gonna gamble and win big? He goes for the Pierce. There's gonna be a heal though. And there's still 2 heals from his opponent's side, and his Arbos is stunned and at this door. Oh, I don't know, Chief. There's gonna be a come hitter. She lives and doesn't get pulled. There goes the self-heal from the enemy Arb. 2-2, no surrender, all or nothing. Exactly. But can he pull it back? It's just the problem here is that he has to deal with WD being down a character, right? On a damage team. This is usually where it ends. But this could still be a comeback if he manages to find it. Just needs to find the comeback. The weirdest damage match I've ever saw. Alright, so he's gonna go for the heal there, saving the Yarbles for another turn. It's just gonna be a sniper shot, and this is an advantageous trade for Name, because he does have the character advantage. Next come hitter is a 40 to get the kill. Still no finisher, so the Bounty Hunter doesn't really have any finishing abilities apart from the finisher. Crusader still has his own heal. Goes for another Pierce. So, Names Unavailable is most likely going to heal here, and really nothing was accomplished. There's gonna be another come hitter. Still survives and still gets to move res. Gonna get whacked now by the start of next turn. But we'll lose the Crusader turn for it. That Crusader is pretty much unkillable though. He has so much defense. He has 55 prot on there. The Owls is gonna get healed now. The problem is just those two healing actions making this very, very difficult for Nani. He needs a crit heal, oh my god, and he gets it. He gets the crit heal and he's not marked anymore. Oh my god, he gets the max roll on the crit heal. Does he get pulled? Does he get pulled is the question. And he does, just when we thought. Just when we thought. There's gonna be an Adver's Kiss on that Abomination. Could have missed it, but the Arbalist goes out of position too at least, so now she's safe. Stunning Blow comes down. The Arbalist won't be able to use her turn for a bit, but she does have a lot of HP to her and 40 prot, so she won't really be dropping anytime soon, but the Shieldbreaker might get stunned here. Really need a dodge. Really need to dodge this Shieldbreaker. And she gets it! She gets the dodge. Passes the Arbalist's turn. He has to go for a kill here on someone. A Manacles is gonna come down on the Arbalist. That's actually quite surprising. Fails it. Doesn't have Expose on the Shieldbreaker, so if she goes for her ability, the Sniper Shot will come down immediately. Or at least immediately after a heal. There's gonna be a Holy Lance first. 85 to land. It does. Bolo with the snuff damage. Yeah, that's true, that's true, that's true. It might do enough. No, it goes for the self-heal there. Shieldbreaker should do enough damage with this Pierce. If she goes for a Pierce. Oh, she's gonna go for the pull. I think at this point you go for the Pierce, no? No? Goes for the pull, fails it, not enough damage. Crusader doesn't have to heal. Can go for stun. Bounty Hunter moves back into position. And the Crusader can now go for a stun. Does he get it? He does not. He still does not get it. At this point he has to go for the pull. That would be enough to drop her to their store. Come on. Come on. No. I mean, he does have 3 attacking actions, but the Abomination will stun the Arbalist after this. The Arbalist doesn't heal for that much.
Bleed again.
Oh, it's starting to lag. Wow, goes for the self-heal with the Arbalist. That is crazy. Sniper shot into puncture. Yeah, that's an idea. But it's not the idea that is followed. There's a puncture now into the A-bomb. That's enough to bring him down. Crusader's gonna heal. Crusader's gonna heal, and the Bounty Hunter's gonna do a ton of damage to that Crusader. At least the Arbos is not under any pressure at this point, but Nani just really isn't getting the kills here, and that's what he needs. Like, if he never gets a kill here, he's eventually gonna die. Because he doesn't have stress moves. Crit finish him, decides not to go on the Crusader, which is quite surprising.
Concentration.
Not to go for the Crusader, but not to go for the Mark. Both quite surprising. Gonna go for another's Kiss. Doesn't have the Crusader turn though. Goes for the Manacles. Adds a 5%. Would have been cute. Would have been cute witnessing the 5% stun res into 25 kill, but won't be the case. A crit heal going on to that Napalm, possibly giving him a bit of grace on his health bar. Yarbos drops, the finish him is here. Does it get the kill? I think it's a guaranteed at this point. It does get the kill. Nani surrenders. Going down, kicking and screaming. Ends up surrendering, but it's a big GG's. Big effort. Ends up going to the final match of this best of 5. And the grand finals. Oh dear. And the grand finals will be between Name and Available and M18. So yeah, big GG's to both players. And we're probably gonna witness the grand finals tomorrow or another day, perhaps on the weekend. But that's all she wrote for Nani. Mop the blood and collect the teeth. He's gonna end up in 3rd place, which means he does get a prize already. So that's rather good. And great effort. He beat 3 tournament organizers to get to the point he was in. He was at the winners finals. He almost made an epic comeback at the losers finals, but this is where his journey will meet its end. So yeah, let's have a quick look at the brackets, and then I think that's gonna be it for today. I don't imagine they will want to keep on gaming at this point to do the grand finals, which could potentially last twice what this did. Especially considering both players have Immortal Musketeer on their decks. So yeah, let's have a look at the brackets real quick, and then we can take it from there. €10, 19 cents. $19 cents. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so there really isn't that much to show in the brackets, I guess, but at this point it's going to be Name and Available versus M18. They started in completely different sides of the bracket. M18 started at the very top, while Name and Available started almost at the very bottom. So you won 8 best of 3s, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 best of 3s, 1 best of 5. And 8 best of 3s, 1 best of 5 is a crazy result. Then he's gonna go up against M18, who has so far won 5 best of 3s and 1 best of 5. Both of them having to defeat Nani, and they will now face off. So M18 only has to win 1 best of 5. There will be 2 best of 5s potentially. He only has to win 1 best of 5, while Name and Available will have to win 2. So the odds are most definitely on M18's side. But if Name and Available manages to win the first best of 5, then it just resets, right? The second best of 5, all the teams are back. It's as if the first one had never happened. Now they're both playing, and they're both in a final best of 5 to win it. So all he has to do is win it twice. So yeah, that means that M18 can win while having lost more matches than he won. That's what happened between myself and Silex. So I won the very first match, and then I lost 3 matches, meaning I went with the 1-3 score to the second best of 5, and then I lost 2 matches in a row, and then I won 3 matches in a row. So I ended up losing 5 matches and only winning 4, but I still managed to come out on top. So there is definitely an advantage for the person that comes from the winner's side here, because they haven't lost yet, right? So they still need to have that opportunity of losing and still making a comeback. But anyway, that will happen at a late to be that is to be determined. Oh god, the ads are here. But thank you all for tuning into this stream. Hope you all enjoy this epic best of 5 between our two competitors. And the next stream will probably have to be seen from me. Well, they'll probably stream it on Bilibili, and I'll have to stream it from watching Bilibili. So that's probably gonna have to be how it happens, because they are both Chinese. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed today's stream, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers.